ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, hello. What is up, Joe? What is up, Meg, Coop, Cat, Drew? Welcome into the live, guys. For everybody tuning in, welcome in for the first 500 individuals in the stream. First of all, it is so good to see you on this beautiful afternoon. Second of all, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen, folks. For the first 800 of you in here, you are the early birds. You are the Noti gang. You are the raiders coming over from the main account. And you guys get to determine the trajectory and outcome of this stream. So there's only one way that we can ensure that we will have some debates with some Trump supporters, okay? And the one way that you could ensure that is by spamming those likes, by spamming those shares, by spamming that comment section, by boosting the engagement of the live. Now, we are going to waste no time and hop right into the debates. Now, I do want to go ahead and point out the ground rules of the live. Lisa, thank you for the subscription. The ground rules are simple, okay? If you are in that queue, make sure you voted for Donald J. Don. If you are in that queue and you did not vote for Trump, leave the queue, okay? So today on this stream, we're actually going to be upholding a zero tolerance for trolls rule. That means if you're in that queue and you didn't vote for Trump and you are aware of the rules, that you will get banned from the stream if you come up here and you didn't vote for Trump. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, if you're in that queue and you didn't vote for Trump, you will be banned. Yo, man, thank you so much for the meteor shower. I really appreciate you for that love, man. Everybody, please show some love to Min down below in that comment section while we get our first guest up of the night, guys. Make sure that we're double tapping once again. Let's try to get this live to send out some. All right, y'all. What's going on, Robert? Did you vote for Trump? So it's a troll. Like, this is a good example of her first zero tolerance ban. So we click on Robert, we click ban, and then all of a sudden Robert is banished from like all of my accounts, and Robert will never see me again anywhere. Hannah, thank you for the $3 donation on Venmo. I appreciate that. Everyone show some love to Hannah. Hello, John. Did he vote for Trump?
No.
No, okay. Well, same thing applies to John, guys. So we tap on his name, the three dots, we hit block, we hit confirm, and then all of a sudden John will never see me or my content again anywhere. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go. We got Heffron Lake loading up into the box, guys. Everybody just give us a minute. What is up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
Awesome. So why did you vote for Don?
That's funny. Because of the border.
Oh,
border, my friend.
Big border guy. I have a really hard question for you.
Yep.
Can you name one piece of legislation Trump wants to influence to get passed through Congress that will serve as a long-term solution for the southern border?
I can tell you what I'm concerned about. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm very close to the border, and I'm really concerned about the goblins and elves entering into
All right, well, once again, you just hit the mute button. You hit the profile picture. You hit block, you hit confirm, and then all of a sudden they will never see me or my content again absolutely anywhere. We got our next guest loading in right now for the first 2.8 thousand people. Guys, welcome in. Make sure that we're double tapping. Only hop in that queue if you voted for Trump. What is going on, Moe? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So why did you vote for Don?
I voted for him because I think that you're a Jewish nigger puppet.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, obviously we're going to ban this guy too. Not necessarily a troll, more so just a very hateful individual that like hates everybody and throws slurs around. So my apologies for that. We got our next guest loading up in. Here we go, guys. Next guest is loading in right now. Hello, Andrew. Did you vote for Trump?
Hey, I know you said you have to vote for Trump. I'm from Canada.
Okay, well, Andrew, sorry, but you're banned, man. I just clicked on your profile picture. I just clicked block, and then all of a sudden, you're no longer in the live. You'll never see me or my content again, man. I know, like, sucks to suck. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Andrew. I thought that zero tolerance was, like, pretty understandable. You know what I mean? Did you vote for Trump? Well, they automatically left mods. Go ahead and ban them, too. Just find them, all right? I want you to find that account. I want you to find that person that was just up here, and I want you to ban them. I want you to ban them on my second account. I want you to ban them on my main account. I want you to ban that last guest from everywhere. So moving on to our next guest here. What's up, Jaden? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh my God, hi Dean, I love you so much.
Well, I actually don't really care. Now you're banned, and I'm not kidding. I just hit the block button. I just hit confirmed. Now I hit on your profile picture. I hit disconnect and in now. Like, you are gone, bro. Unfortunately, you will never see me or my content anywhere ever again. So moving on to our next guest. What's up, Chris? Did you vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you'll never see me or my content ever again. So we hit on the account, we hit block, we hit confirm. And then all of a sudden you're gone. Like, guys, this is what zero tolerance means. I mean, like, unfortunately, like, there is, like, no push or pull to a zero tolerance boundary. And we have a zero tolerance boundary into effect. So I just want to reiterate that boundary for everybody new coming in, because, of course, there's probably some new names. So I only want to talk to individuals that voted for Trump. If you come up here and you didn't vote for Trump, you'll never see me or my content again. Less than 3 seconds, you're gone, you're blocked, you're banned. Pretty super duper simple. I mean, at least on paper, but I mean, in application, it seems pretty difficult. Like, I don't care if you're a fan. I don't care if you say you love me. You're banned, you're blocked, you're gone. Hi, what's up? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, well, Kingston, I want my mods to go ahead and find Kingston. Go ahead and block his account. Get him out of here. Ban him everywhere. Moving on to the next guest. Awesome. What is going on, Nate? Did you vote for Trump?
Yep, faggot.
Okay, well, why are all the people that actually voted for Trump just coming up here and slurring, bro? Like, I want some debates, and of course, everybody that voted for Trump's just coming up here and slurring, man. It's either like trolls or MAGA supporters are just slurring. You know what this tells me is that these people, like, they know that they can't beat me in a debate. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Wait, who are you talking to? Me? Oh yeah, I'm on the live there. So, yeah, I did.
Time, please.
It is 2:00.
What state are you in?
Washington.
Okay, well, it's not 2 in Washington, so now you are banned. We're going to go to click on that profile picture, click block and confirm, and now all of a sudden you are gone and you will never see me again. Moving on to the next guest, we got Billy loading up into the box. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jesse, I do appreciate you for the $1 in Venmo. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Phenomenal. Great. What is going on, Mario? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
You did vote for Trump. How old are you?
19.
19. Guys, so I asked him what state he's in. He said Washington. The state of Washington. It is currently 11. Hi, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I said yeah.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, Washington, D.C. isn't a state. And if you live in D.C., you know that. Okay. So, real quick, what time is it for you?
For me?
Yeah.
It's 1:13.
Great. So why'd you vote for Trump?
So I voted for Trump because, listen, all the prices went up during the Biden administration, and, you know, the border got really bad. And I live in Chicago, right? And first thing I noticed when the border got really bad was, like, hundreds, like, you wouldn't believe it, hundreds of, like, these Venezuelans and illegal immigrants or whatever they were just lined up, freezing cold in Chicago, lined up at these hotels. And the people who, like, you know, tried to get in these hotels like regular people.
Sydney, thank you for the $5 of Venmo. I appreciate you so
they couldn't get there
love, Sydney.
They couldn't get like a room or whatever because, you know, all these illegal immigrants got there first.
So how do you know that they're undocumented migrants?
I mean,
Brad, thank you for the $1 of Venmo.
None of them spoke English.
Okay, so if you don't speak English, you're an undocumented migrant?
I mean, like all of a sudden they come in right when I see like on the news that borders.
So Mario, I just want to clarify. If you don't speak English, you're not supposed to be here.
Never said that. But
I mean, that's essentially what you said, because you think that undocumented migrants are not supposed to be in America, and you identify undocumented migrants based upon the fact that they don't speak English. So in other words, all that you're saying here is that if you don't speak English, you're not supposed to be here.
Basically.
Basically? Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to go to block and ban you too. Goodbye, Mario. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got Sophia loading up into that live. If you're one of the 4.1 thousand people watching this stream, first of all, thank you so much for being here. Second of all, welcome into the live. What is up, Sophia? Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 18.
18. So why did you vote for the worst presidential candidate of your life?
Well, I think abortion's wrong.
Ah, you think that abortion is wrong. Sounds good. So why do you think abortion is wrong, Sophia? But before you do tell me that, I got to thank Millie for the $10 donation on PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Millie. Everybody, please show some love to Millie down below in that comment section for the $10. So why is abortion wrong, Sophia? Name every single reason why abortion is wrong.
Can you name why it isn't wrong?
Of course. I'll do that after you answer my question.
Well, it's just wrong. Like, why?
So it's wrong because it's wrong? Is that your final argument?
Yeah.
Okay, so the issue with this argument, Sophia, is it's like identical to the same arguments that drove the criminalization of interracial marriage, gay marriage, or the enslavement of black individuals. Oh, gay marriage,
Like,
wrong
that's
because
not
it's
the same
wrong.
thing.
Interracial marriage, wrong because it's wrong. Giving black individuals human rights, wrong because it's wrong. Abortion should be banned, wrong because it's wrong. No, we need to be able to substantiate our moral beliefs and attitudes that we use to drive legislation to take rights away from people with the use of reason, fact, and logic, not just your intuitions that it's wrong because it's wrong.
Okay, can you name why it isn't wrong?
No, I'm sorry. Unless you give me an argument, I'm not going to give you mine. I'd just be wasting my time.
But how?
But how? Because, I mean, you don't have an argument. Like, why should I give you mine? Like, I mean, like, in a nutshell, it's because I only value humans that have deployed sentience. That doesn't happen until 20 weeks. Thereby, before 20 weeks, there's nothing morally relevantly, or nothing morally valuable about the life of the unborn. Thereby, there's nothing wrong in killing it. So, Sophia, do you have an actual argument, or are you just kind of wasting our time?
But they will, like, be sentient, like, after.
What year are you born in?
2006.
Okay, so you're actually 18. They'll be sentient after. So you're saying that they will be sentient in the future, therefore we should give them the right to life now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're saying sentience equals right to life. A fetus will be sentient in the future, therefore we should give them the right to life now. That's your position?
Mm-hmm.
Being 18 equals right to consent to sex. A 10-year-old will be 18 in the future. Should we therefore give the 10-year-old the right to consent to sex now?
Well, no.
Okay, so we don't grant rights to things, people, entities, etc., based upon traits that they'll have in their future, right?
Okay, but that's not the same thing.
It is, because you are granting the right to the fetus based upon a trait that it will have in the future. You see how it's the exact same thing, Sophia?
No.
No, okay, yeah. What time is it?
It's 2.
Whitney, thank you for the $10 donation on PayPal from Whitney and Ashley. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody, please show some love to Whitney down below that chat. It's 2, really. What state are you in?
California.
Did you just like guess a random time and then like say a state?
No, I live in California.
It's 11:18 in Cali.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's PST currently in Pacific Standard Time. It is 11:18 a.m.
No, it's not.
Okay, all right. And the Earth is flat too, right?
Why are you trying to gaslight me?
Yeah, okay. Pro level gaslighter over here. We got pro level gaslighter Sophia on the live. Why am I trying to gaslight you, bro? Okay, manipulator. We got master manipulator Sophia. Jesus Christ, man. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Everybody, just give us a second. Do keep in mind we have a 0 tolerance rule on trolls today. All trolls are getting banned immediately. You'll never see me or my content again. What's up, Dylan? Did you vote for Trump?
I actually didn't vote this year.
Okay, Dylan, you know what? I'll spare you because I bet that you just hopped in the queue and you didn't hear that. And you probably weren't intending to be a troll, so I should expand upon what I just said. If you join the live and you didn't vote for Trump, you're banned. Okay, I'm just going to make it simple. I'm going to make it short. I'm going to make it sweet. If you join the live and you didn't vote for Trump, you were banned, you were blocked, you're out of here. Hello, Dre. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, why did you vote for the worst presidential candidate of your life?
Okay, so basically, what I'm thinking is America as a whole is just kind of already fucked. I think we know that. So what I'm thinking is that it'll be easier to kind of figure out how to kind of like overrule or kind of uprise if we have a dumb president in charge.
Okay, so you just want to inspire a revolution by people getting pissed off at the bad things Trump does?
Well, I think it's already happening.
Okay, so the issue with this argument is that it's just like the most privileged like shit I've ever heard. And here's what I mean by this. Like, we understand what would inspire an uprising from the people given a Trump admin is just like Trump blatantly like violating people's human rights. Like for instance, what is something that people are really upset at Trump for right now, like literally calling for the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians on the Gaza Strip. That is genuinely something that does hold the potency alongside other things to like inspire a revolt, right? But like what the cost of that is is, well, the ethnic cleansing of 1.8 million Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. Like, you're basically like, we're going to sacrifice the human rights of millions of people just for an uprising that we could have avoided if we voted for Kamala Harris.
That's kind of what it is, though. If you look at history, that's what happened over millions of years, and it will happen millions more years in the future.
Yeah,
I think
so just because something has and will happen again doesn't mean that it should have happened and should happen again.
That's 100%. But if it's, I mean, that's kind of what patterns are, though. And let's be real.
Would you have voted for Hitler?
I think human conditioning, anybody would have. I think most people would have tried to.
Would you argue that one should have voted for Hitler because it would have inspired an uprising?
No.
But it would have inspired an uprising, right?
I think that most people, due to fear mongering, due to
wait. Tell me what the difference is between say that you should vote for Trump because it'll inspire an uprising and you should have voted for Hitler because it did inspire an uprising.
I don't think there is a difference. I really don't think that there is a difference.
Okay, so if you're arguing that you should have voted for Trump for this reason and there's no difference, then you'd also argue that you should have voted for Hitler.
So you're arguing that Trump is Hitler, is what you're saying?
No, you're making the argument that there's no difference, like logically, between the position that you should vote for a bad candidate because it will cause people to revolt, and this sentiment is applicable to Trump as well as it is to Hitler, and you agreed with me on this, saying that there's not a logical difference in the context of your argument, meaning, under your worldview, if you think that you should have voted for Trump for this reason, you'd also have to say that you should have voted for Hitler for this reason.
So, can I ask you a question then? If
I don't
everybody
like
voted
the argument, that's all.
Okay, fair enough, but this will lead into that kind of argument. If Kamala did get in, and let's say for a second everything did go the way that we wanted, or maybe it didn't go the way that we wanted, or you guys wanted, whatever. But either way, that's hypothetical. That's a hypothetical situation.
So I actually didn't give you a hypothetical. So no, I didn't give you a hypothetical scenario.
No, I gave a hypothetical. But
okay, so I don't even understand what you're saying. Dre, where would you say that you fall in the political compass?
Mid to right, honestly. But like, there's no middle ground anymore. So
do you think that Trump is a better presidential candidate than Harris?
I don't think there is a good presidential candidate.
That's not what I asked.
No, I don't think that. But at the same time...
Okay, so I just want to clarify. You should vote for the worst presidential candidate out of the two options, right?
Not every time. I just think this time it would have been easier. But
easier for who? White people?
Anybody that has any sort of power. Powerful people.
Okay, Dre, I'm gonna kick you. I don't understand what you're saying. I think that you should have your right to vote taken away from you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, seriously, like anybody that like advocates for voting for the worst candidate out of the two that's gonna cause harm and pain and violate the human rights of millions, just to inspire an uprising, like you shouldn't have the right to vote. I'll stand by that. I'll fucking own that. I don't care if it's controversial. You literally shouldn't be able to vote.
I mean, that's your opinion. That's fair.
Under like a democracy, like for whatever reason, like we're operating under the assumption that everybody is going to like vote with instrumental rationalism, right? And instrumental rationalism is like this concept that people are going to do what is most conducive towards a flourishment of their own life, okay? But like in this scenario, right, you did not vote with instrumental rationalism, and you're trying to defend that, all right? And I legitimately think all people that don't vote with instrumental rationalism at the slightest and defend that should have the right to vote, because I think that is a necessary prerequisite towards a vote. Okay, voting for what is most conducive towards a flourishment. If you vote for what is least conducive towards flourishment and you acknowledge and understand that, well, I mean, like, yeah, you should have the right. What's up, Ashley? You vote for Trump?
I did not. I just wanted 3 seconds to tell you that I love you.
And sorry, Ashley, moving on to the next guest. We are just looking to debate individuals that voted for Trump. For the 5.8 thousand people in here, welcome in to the live. Super good to see you all. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, you guys. We're going to go to get that next guest up in here. It is worth reiterating the ground rules of the live for all of the new people that have joined in. So if you're in that queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. If you're in that queue and you didn't vote for Trump, leave that queue. I will make it clear that today we are running on a zero tolerance policy, meaning if you find your way into the live and you didn't vote for Trump, guess what? You are going to get blocked and banned off of all of my accounts, y'all. I would hate to do that to you, however I will. So what is up, Caitlin and V? Did you guys vote for Trump?
Okay, I didn't realize what you said, but I actually love you.
Sorry, Caitlin, you're banned and blocked.
I did.
Oh, you did vote for Trump. How old are you?
19.
Okay, you are 19 years old. So, one moment. First of all, I got to thank Sid for the $15 donation on Venmo. Sid says, we're having a Dean Day at my parents', aka making my MAGA dad watch your debates. Well, he's rage left twice now. Sid's dad, I wake up, see the light. I appreciate you for watching, though. Shout out to Sid, as well as Brianna with $1 on Venmo. So, Mr. V, why'd you vote for Trump?
Well, my main argument for you would be he actually respects the border.
He actually respects the border. Okay. Well, I have a really hard question. My really hard question is, can you name one policy that he wants to influence to get passed through Congress that will serve as a long-term solution to the southern border?
No, but that's not the argument I'm going to make.
Boom! No policy for the border. You just think he respects.
If you look at the border crossings,
there's actually another argument.
Since he came into
one moment. There's actually another.
The border crossings have gone way down.
Yeah, because he's deployed the National Guard and other military troops to the southern border to serve as a short-term solution to stop crossings costing millions of dollars just to make all of like the average Americans that are nothing more than toddlers watching Cocomelon on a sticky iPad clap and jeer with their
illegal immigrants coming in costs millions of dollars. So surely spending millions of dollars to keep them out is large.
Undocumented migrants, how much? I have a question. How much did undocumented migrants cost our federal government last year?
I don't know, and you don't know. What kind of question is that?
Actually, I do know. So
give me the exact
Actually, I do know. So $16.5 billion in the sense of Medicaid services being provided to emergency needs at hospitals. Now,
okay, and what about the hotels they stayed in?
I'm still talking. Those are not undocumented migrants. Those are asylum seekers who can still come in, by the way. So my second question is, how much did undocumented migrants pay in to the tax pool last year?
Couldn't tell you.
$96 billion. So did you know that undocumented migrants are actually productive providers that pay more into our economy in the sense of tax revenue than they take out?
Okay, well, do you know what you're saying? So
I'm saying that
all the people who came into your life who didn't vote for Trump or who didn't follow the rules, what did you do? You kicked them, right?
Yeah, we banned
Because that's the rule.
Because we
so
the
same rule is you don't come to America illegally, obviously, because that's against the law. That's what legal means. And then what you do is, if they come in illegally, you deport them. That's the rule. That's the same rule you've had here. It's the same rule they have in America.
So we should always just follow the law no matter what?
Well, hold on. The same people who came into your life and didn't follow the rules, they're probably generating you some revenue. They're not costing you anything.
Well, actually, they do. They cost me my hair and my time. They make me go bald.
Yeah, well, they don't cost you money, do they?
They make me go bald. They make me go bald, sir. You're telling me that they don't cost me anything. Have you seen the back of my head, sir?
Now who's trolling?
Listen,
you're not actually following my argument.
There's a big difference between my live and like legislation. So I don't think that there's any moral ramifications.
It's a metaphor, man. Of course, it's a big difference, but it's a metaphor, and I think we can all understand.
The difference is relevant to make the two situations not analogous. So I don't think there's anything.
Okay, well, look, when you
fucking hell.
Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, so the big difference here is that there's no moral ramifications to me blocking individuals from coming onto my live. Meanwhile, there is moral ramifications to the mass deportation of undocumented migrants, okay? Right? There's three reasons why I don't support the mass deportation of undocumented migrants. The first reason is they're productive providers into the economy. They put in more than they take out, and they're projected to add $1.7 trillion to your GDP over the course of the next 10 years. The second reason is just practicality concerns. I think it is physically impossible to deport 20 million undocumented migrants from our country. All Republicans in modern American history have proposed this idea. Nobody has done it because it's impossible. The third reason is that cost-wise, it's projected to cost at a minimum close to $200 billion, close to $1 trillion at the maximum. And the fourth reason is just ethical concerns. I don't think that it is ethical to take a father or a mother that are hardworking and strip them away from their family and send them on a truck over the border, right? Not to mention that our legal systems of migration are absolutely so atrocious, right? We need to be able to fix and revise those to make it easier for individuals to come into our country legally. And until that happens, I think that all undocumented migrants that are in our country that are working, that have not committed these violent crimes, should be offered a pathway to residency or citizenship.
All right, well, there was a lot there, but first off, if you just allow everyone who's come in illegally to stay, there are a bunch of problems with that. One big problem that we could easily talk about is housing prices. Everyone is just complaining about the cost of housing, the cost of housing, the cost of housing. Why is the cost of housing so high? It's easy supply and demand. The demand is increasing because of one, illegal immigrants. That's one decent factor. And the supply is not going to increase as fast.
Oh, okay.
Basic economics.
Okay, so we could reduce the price of houses if we deport undocumented migrants because there'll be less demand for housing. So, do you think it'd be okay to like get rid of FAFSA, which is a government program that gives like scholarly aid and assistance to students that can't pay for college themselves, because this will reduce the demand for public universities, meaning the cost of public university will drop?
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Should we just get rid of FAFSA, which is a federal program that gives underprivileged American students funding to pay for their public university degree? Because if we do get rid of FAFSA, the demand for public university will drop, meaning tuition prices will drop as well.
Well, look, so I used the metaphor before, and you're using the metaphor now, but I think your metaphor is even worse, because housing is an essential
analogy.
Housing is an essential good, right? You need it to survive, unless you want to be homeless like in LA. Education is not essential. Further education, like colleges, is not essential. And a lot of those, the prices are just skyrocketed, not only because of demand, just because of greedy universities. They want to make even more money. Those could easily go down.
I have a question. Have you ever heard of a greedy multi-billion-dollar multinational conglomerate company that buys single-family homes, then artificially controls rent prices in a market that they dominate to charge individuals more than the fair market price for like month-by-month rent on a house?
Well, yeah, absolutely have, and that's another problem.
So if we could attribute external variables,
Looking at one problem.
If we could attribute external variables that could increase the pricing of houses, then all of a sudden your argument is null, and this is coming out of your own mouth as you applied it to public universities. Well, it is the case that if you really cared about housing prices, you would have voted for Kamala Harris. Housing prices would have been lower under Kamala Harris because she actually had a housing affordability plan, unlike Trump. If anything, Donald Trump's plan will increase the pricing of houses due to the fact that he wants to tariff all goods imported into our country, which will boost the bare necessities that you need to build these houses, such as steel, lumber, etc. So I just find your argument to be incredibly bad faith for that reason.
Okay, so there was a lot there as well. But first off, you can't just say, okay,
wait,
here's one problem.
What time is it again?
The time, it's 1:30.
What state are you?
I'm in Texas.
What's the capital of Texas?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I'm not even mad. You mean you have better arguments than like 80% of like the Americans that come up here that voted for Trump.
I appreciate it. It was fun debating with you.
But like, obviously, I still like very much so disagree with the argument. But I mean, it's just like interesting that individuals that aren't even from America have like better arguments than like people that aren't even from America. You know, like people that are from America that voted for Trump. We're gonna move on to the next guest. Here we go, guys. We got Rosie loading up into the box. You know. Like obviously, like I disagree with everything that he stood before, and I think it's incredibly immoral. But like, just the fact that he could put together an argument that could hold some ground and actually takes like deeper investigation and technique to like beat is, you know, just something that we never see true of like individuals from America that voted for Trump. So give that to him. Dominic, what's up? You vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, moving on to the next guest, guys. We get that next guest loading up into the live, guys. Make sure if we are in that queue that we voted for Trump. Yo, Montana, thank you so much for the $10 donation on Venmo. Saying feels good to be a respectful viewer. Love the debates. Keep it up. Montana, I appreciate you not only for the $10 donation, but also for being a respectful viewer. Everybody, let's show some love to Montana in that chat, as well as Brianna with the $1 and Annie with a $5 donation on Venmo. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are so incredibly kind, as well as Angela with a $1 on PayPal. What is up, Talk? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Awesome. Why did you vote for the worst presidential candidate of not only your lifetime, but your mother's and father's as well?
So, I voted for Trump because I don't think Kamala would have been a better president.
Kamala would have been a better president. I want to hear your argument. Why do you disagree?
Because I don't think she's fit to become an American president, because America is the most powerful country in the world, okay? Controlling that amount of power in this world is essential, okay? America essentially controls the world, all right? Like, they have military bases all around. They have the biggest economy, biggest military, okay? If America does not have a leader who will step up and do something, the whole world is not going to.
So why do you think that Trump's a better leader than her? Or I guess maybe let's rephrase that question. Why do you think that she couldn't be a good leader?
So I don't think Kamala would have been a better leader than Trump, because I don't think she has the well, I don't want to say this word, but I don't think she has the amount of courage that Trump has to be willing to do what is needed to do.
No. Oh no, man. Okay, so Trump is more willing to do what is needed to do. Do you understand that everything he does, he only does it if it serves his self-interests?
I think what he does is service America.
Oh, really? Name one policy he's ever passed that has genuinely been good and served the average American more so than the average millionaire billionaire.
Well, I wouldn't know that because
well, I mean, so there's a thing. So now, yeah, rhetoric and propaganda, bro. Like that's like an implicit concession that you're just like a victim of rhetoric and propaganda. It's like, yeah, you're saying that this guy that literally tried to silence the voice and the vote of every American citizen that voted in the 2020 election when he tried to rig and steal the outcome of the election from Biden cares about you, cares about me, cares about us. No, tell me that this guy that raped a woman, committed 34 felonies, and tried to religiously persecute and ban all new Muslims from entering into the country during his first term, and now during his second term, he's called for ethnic cleansing in the Gaza Strip, cares about us, cares about humanity. Absolutely fucking not. This guy that wants to spend close to $8.5 trillion that he has no plan to pay for on tax cuts that disproportionately help the ultra wealthy, and when we factor in his tariffs, only benefit people making over $395,000 per year, cares about the average American. Absolutely fucking not. He makes it consistently clear through every single action, decision, and policy that he wants to influence to get passed that he does not care about you. He does not care about me. And the only reason you think he does is because he either says that he does without evidence, without plans, without motivations to help us, or because that's what half the country tells you.
So do you think Kamala would have stuck to her word and done Kamala? Yeah,
listen, I can't say with certainty that Kamala Harris would have been a perfectly virtuous president. However, I can say with certainty that she would have stuck significantly closer to her word than Trump with his.
Okay. So I just think if Kamala was president, I think other countries, specifically the Middle East countries like Iran and Pakistan, I think they would have taken advantage of America. I think.
Oh, is it because she's a woman?
Not because I think she's a woman, it's because they think she's a woman, or they know she's a woman.
Wait, you don't think Kamala Harris is a woman?
No, I do think she's a woman, but I'm not saying because I.
Okay. Yeah, don't worry. We're here.
I don't mind she's a woman because I think women.
So I just want to clarify. You never think that a woman should run for president, right?
No, I do think they should run for president.
Okay, so then
I don't. So it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, or
if it doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman, then why are you arguing that you didn't vote for her because she's?
No, I'm saying because global power. Okay, the global countries, all the countries. Okay, Middle East doesn't have the same. The Middle East doesn't have the same views as Western, okay?
Yeah, dude, I've heard this argument like a billion times. All that you're saying is like, oh, well, there's other countries that have leaders around the world that are incredibly sexist and misogynistic, and they wouldn't have respected a woman. Therefore, you should have voted for the man, right?
Yeah, they're not going to take America seriously.
Yeah. All you're saying is that you shouldn't vote for women, and that's the result of your position. Would you agree with me that there's a lot of anti-black racism on the global stage?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't vote for a black person either?
No, Obama was a black person.
Yeah, would you say that individuals shouldn't have voted for Obama because other world leaders wouldn't have respected him because of the color of his skin?
No, I think Obama was generally a good leader. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay. Well, so that's the issue with the argument, because you're like, sexism exists on the global stage. Because sexism would have impacted Kamala Harris more than Donald Trump, you shouldn't have voted for Kamala Harris and instead should have voted for Donald Trump. Well, the argument would also apply in the sense of anti-black racism exists on the global stage, and because this would have affected Obama more than like McCain or Romney or whatever the fuck, you should have voted for McCain or Romney over Obama, all right? And because you don't hold to that conclusion, it means that you must also not hold to the conclusion that therefore you shouldn't have voted for Kamala Harris because of misogyny, else you have a contradiction within your views.
I guess you could say that.
I guess I can say that. I am saying that. Not to mention that it is incredibly sexist of you to say that we should systemically limit all women from running for the presidency because of the fact that they are a woman. And like also not to mention that like countries anywhere else in the world that do have leaders that are sexist, that are misogynistic, well, they're forced to support a woman if they were to serve as a president of our country because of everything that America stands behind. I mean, you were the person that came up onto my live and said that America is the most powerful country in the world with the biggest economy, the most booming consumer base, with the largest military. We own the fucking finish line, okay? Everybody will be forced to bow the knee to whoever is in charge to get what they want, regardless if they're a man or a woman. And if anything, if those leaders are misogynistic and they don't want to bow the knee, but they're forced to, I'll take great pleasure in that.
What? Okay. I think so. To your previous question, if I think either woman or man, they need to prove themselves. Okay, before Trump already proved himself. Okay, and then he ran for president in 2016. Okay, during that time, the world was not as good as it was during Biden's presidency. Okay, so I think since Trump already proved himself, he can run again. Okay, Kamala,
Did Donald Trump prove himself when he told Howard Stern that he liked to walk into the changing rooms of half-naked teenage girls at Miss Teen USA, which was he spent half of his inheritance from his dad on, just own and inspect the girls? Or did he prove himself when he raped E. Jean Carroll?
So those are all accusations, right? None of them were actually proven to be causing to his arrest.
Oh man, I fucking hate. I hate to inform you on the facts, but no, it's actually proven in a court by unanimous jury of 9 that Donald Trump had raped E. Jean Carroll. And my accusation of him walking into the changing rooms of half-naked teenage girls, sure, that wasn't proven in court. But my evidence is the fact that he literally fucking boasted and admitted to it on a podcast.
What podcast?
Howard Stern's radio talk show in the 90s.
Howard Stern. So that's in the 90s. We're focused. Okay. So, can I ask you a question?
Okay, so I need to get an answer to what I just said. I just have a question real quick before you ask yours. So you just said, well, that's in the 90s. So you're saying that it's not relevant in guiding your vote today because it happened so long ago?
Well, people could change, right?
Yeah, sure. People could change. It happened so long ago. It shouldn't be relevant. So just a quick question. If Donald Trump not only walked into the changing rooms of half-naked teenage girls, but ended up raping one of those half-naked teenage girls in one of those changing rooms, would you still say that, well, people could change and that shouldn't dictate how you vote today because it happened so long ago?
Well, how is that relevant to him becoming a leader? Okay.
But bro, dude, are you really this far gone? Are you trolling?
Listen.
I just want to clarify on the precise question that you just asked me. So I posed the hypothetical of Donald Trump literally being a child rapist. And then you're like, how the fuck is that relevant to him being the president? So, just real fucking quick. Can you name one thing that Trump could do that would make you never want to vote for him? Never support him?
If he makes America fall.
If he makes America fall. Okay. So that's the only thing that he could ever do that make you not want to support him. So if Donald Trump had been a serial child rapist, had raped 55 children, Donald Trump co-owned, right, the P3DO island with Epstein. Donald Trump went to and hung out with Diddy. He was all in the muck of all of this shit. He goes to trial for it all. It's all proved in a federal court during his first term, and he pardons himself and runs again this term. Would you still have voted for him, given that he runs on the same policy?
No, I don't think I would have. If he raped 50,000 children, as you said, no.
Oh, okay. So all that you're telling me is that there is a sufficient level of immorality that Donald Trump can engage in for you not to vote for him. So my question is, why is one count of rape not sufficient?
Why is one count of rape not sufficient? So, okay, I don't think there's not enough. How do I say that? I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I don't think really that, so for the rape accusations, how would you know that she was telling the truth? Okay,
Rachel, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Appreciate that, Rachel. Robert with the $10 on Venmo, the same, thanks for cooking MAGA. Annie with a $5 saying, wish I could give you a big hug because thanks to you, my parents have a daughter who's still alive.
How do you really think the woman is not trying to just make Trump?
Thank you so much, Andy.
Trump's career go down. Okay, how do you really know that?
Yeah, how do you really?
He's only doing it because of her own state and not because of Trump. And
so, like in these conversations, we have to go like a step at a time. Okay, and the step that we're on right now is literally talking about if you knew with certainty that Donald Trump had raped a child, that you would still support him. Okay. No, you wouldn't. Okay. So that goes back to the question that I'd asked you earlier when I told you that Donald Trump had boasted about walking into the changing rooms of half-naked teenage girls at Miss Teen USA to inspect them because he quote-unquote owned the place. Okay, you said that you don't care because that was in the 90s, he could have changed. Well, I want to posit this hypothetical. If he also boasted about raping one of those teenage girls in those changing rooms in the 90s, would you still have voted for him because he could have changed?
If he changed, then yeah. So, if you look back, okay.
Yeah.
There are a lot of horrible people that ended up becoming really great leaders. Like, I want to prove an example. Philomene Augustus, okay, Roman Empire. He was not an ethically good person, okay, but he still single-handedly made Rome one of the best empires, okay, at their time. He made it to rise. So, for Trump,
if Donald Trump was a part of the KKK in the 70s through early 2000s, would you still vote for him?
No, but he doesn't support the KKK.
Wait, so you think that being racist, right, is sufficient reason not to vote for a candidate, but being a child rapist isn't?
If he's a child rapist, then he wouldn't have become president, because he's not a child rapist.
But you just told me that you'd still have supported him if he was a child rapist.
No, I said no, I wouldn't have.
No, you literally said if he changed, quote unquote. You're not going to gaslight me and the other 6,000 people watching.
No, I wouldn't have voted for him if he...
Eden, thank you so much for the $10 donation on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love. Eden says, thank you, Dean, for taking me out of the deep south echo chamber I was in. Of course, Eden, I love getting messages like that. Let's get 100 big W's for Eden down below in that chat, EDEN. So, okay, you want to vote for Trump if he's a child rapist, yet Donald Trump has raped an adult woman and you still voted for him. So why is raping a child sufficiently bad for you not to support Trump, but raping an adult woman isn't?
Well, I think rape in general is really bad, right?
Okay, so if you knew with certainty that Donald Trump had raped E. Jean Carroll, right, the woman that had Trump found guilty for raping her by unanimous jury of 9 in a civil court of law, if you knew that had happened with certainty, that you wouldn't support Trump.
Well, did he ever get arrested for that?
I answer my question, please. I don't want you to answer any other ask any other questions. I just want yes or no. So if you knew with certainty that Donald Trump had raped E. Jean Carroll, would you still support him?
Well, I wouldn't know because he never got arrested for it.
Bro, it was literally proven in fucking court, dude. But that's not even the question I'm asking you. I'm asking you if you knew with certainty that Donald Trump had raped E. Jean Carroll, would you still vote for him?
I don't know who E. Jean Carroll is, but if
you knew with certainty that Donald Trump had raped a woman, would you still support him? Yeah, I was about to
answer. If he raped a woman, then no, I wouldn't support him.
Okay. Well, it seems like you shouldn't support Donald Trump because Donald Trump was held civilly liable in a court of law for raping E. Jean Carroll.
I don't know who that is, so.
Okay, and?
Because I don't know about the case, so I really don't know the answer to that.
Okay, bro, I'm just gonna kick your ass off the live, man. Like, man, yeah, just goodbye, man. Hey, if you're one of the 6,000 people watching the stream, first of all, guys, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 1 million likes. Secondarily, make sure that you're sharing this live out with a handful of friends. And if you want to support me, I'd highly recommend supporting me on Venmo or PayPal right here on the top of the phone screen. I get 100% of the proceeds on those platforms. They go straight to me, right? And it's a great way to support. As well as like Veronica with a $20 donation on Venmo saying from women. Veronica, thank you so much for the $20. That's crazy. Everybody show some love to Veronica down below in that chat. Thank you so much, Veronica. Nick and District, did you guys vote for Trump?
How's it going? Yes. There's 2 of us on right now? Okay.
Have you talked to a
nah, shit. I didn't vote for Trump, but bro, do you have a Cash App? Like, I wanted a birthday shout out. I was gonna donate. Like, shit, my birthday coming up.
I'm so sorry.
Come all day.
I don't have a Cash App. I've been banned off of Cash App like 4 times. They've blacklisted my SSN. They've blacklisted my parents' SSN, my phone number, my parents' phone numbers. It's cooked. It's gone. It's done. But No, unfortunate. And then, of course, Jennifer with a $10 donation on Venmo saying the only way these grape apologists would admit if Trump does it is if they personally watched it and make them almost an accomplice. Gross for mine. I know, for real, Jennifer. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. And good call out. I appreciate that info. Thank you so much for the $10. Nick, have we spoken before?
We haven't. I don't know why everybody in the chat knows me. I was just on Parker's last night. It was a coincidence that you just let me on. I just happened to send in a request. But if the fact that I spoke to Parker means we can't speak, that's totally fine. But it's up to you.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like probably. All right, we're going to move on to the next guest. We got Harry's Pack Money loading into the live, bro. Dude. Harry's Pack Money. What a name, man. You better get your booty up here, Harry's Pack Money. Okay, you better load your ass in, Harry's Pack Money. Okay. Hunter, you vote for Trump?
I know you're bald, and I have a bald spot.
Oh, you know I'm bald. Oh, okay. Well, you're a child, so we're gonna kick you off. You're making me go bald. Plus, I'm going to look fly as fuck when I do, okay? I'm going to look so good. I'm going to look so fresh. I'm going to look so freaky clean, okay? What's up? You vote for Trump? Hello? Okay, not here. Spam MAGA down below in that chat. We're just still trying to get our next guest up in the live to debate. Quite frankly, here we go. Shiny Dean. That's right. Hello, Patty. Did you vote? Patty is gone. Mods, ban him. Ban him, mods. Ban him, everybody. While we're looking for our next guest, spam MAGA in that chat. Okay. All right. We're just still trying to get the next debate going. Richie, what's up? You vote for Trump? Are you going to get banned, Richie? I'm going to ban you, Richie. Okay. We're going to ban Richie in 5, 4, ban. We're not even going to do the countdown. Ban. Hi, did you vote for Trump?
Hey, man. Yeah. I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala because she's a nigger. She's a big old nigger. Nigger.
I apologize for that, guys. We're going to go and move on to the next guest. We got Hoop out loading into the live. All right, we got our next guest loaded in. What's up? Did you vote for Trump? All right, we're going to go and ban them too. Just coming up here to play a song that says the N-word. Moving on to the next guest. We got Bree loading in. Here we go, guys. Everybody just do give us a minute, guys. That's your party. Republicans, it's your party. What's up? You vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
Banned, blocked, banned. Okay, we're going to go ahead and reintroduce the zero tolerance policy for anybody that is coming up here that didn't vote for Trump that wants to debate. So you're going to get blocked and banned on my account, on my main account, everywhere. You're just going to be gone. You're going to be done. It's going to be cooked. And that's what we're going to start doing right now. Zero tolerance policy has now been implemented. Evan, what's up? You vote for Trump?
I'm part of the party that didn't vote, and I was wondering if you could actually talk about that.
Are you pro-Palestine?
Yes and no. How about you could put me in the party of...
You didn't vote, and not because like you're a leftist or anything? I honestly, I'm really curious of what your reasons would be there, but guess what? No vote, no voice, man. So, and recommend finding another live for you, dude. What's up, Cal? You vote for Trump? Band Ruru, what's going on, man?
Yo, doing good, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. I saw you in the chat talking some shit. I'd make you mad. Wow.
Yo, I'm just saying, bro. Like, Trump for the win.
Okay, so honestly, I've been doing these conversations and these debates for so long that I just kind of like know who I'm talking to. So when I'm talking to like a younger dude that sounds like 18, 19, maybe 20, that kind of just spends their time in the chat, like chirping, talking shit, saying all that loud. Like what it tells me is that you're like usually really politically ignorant and uninformed. And like we could just prove this with one question. Can you name one policy that has passed through Congress since the conception of Congress close to 300 years ago?
Right. Trump for the win, baby.
See what I mean? Like,
yeah.
How does that feel being like so involved in politics in the sense of like hating on like?
Oh, who's hating? I love.
You like don't know like a single policy ever passed through.
Lazy.
Yeah. Moving on to the next guest. Yo! Oh my gosh! Yo, Lacey! Oh my gosh! Lacey with the $50 donation on Venmo. Oh my gosh, Lacey. Dude, thank you so much for the love. Holy crap. Lacey says, Dean for president. Thanks for caring about us women. Lacey, I really appreciate you for that so very much. I want everybody to spam 5,000 big W's for based Lacey down below in that chat. That is LACEY. Thank you so much for the love. Oh my gosh. Dude, I love you, Lacey. Thank you so much. I want to see those W's in the chat for at least the next 5 minutes. What is up, Bryce? You voted for Trump, right?
Yes, I did.
Why'd you vote for, and I say this in all seriousness, the worst presidential candidate that has ever run for the executive branch of our government since you were born?
That's a bold statement, man. But yeah, nice to meet you, by the way. I've seen you on a couple of different podcasts, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, for me, I just feel like in general, liberals don't agree or support logical claims unless it fits their agenda. And I've just seen that time and time
How about you
again.
prove that claim by giving me some of these logical claims that I, as a liberal, wouldn't support as they go against my agenda?
Sure, man. So, like, not only just American liberals, liberals around the world, right? I mean, we
let's
can
talk
name,
about like American liberals.
Okay, sure, man. So, like, a lot of liberals obviously support things like, abortion, women's rights, women's driving, right? They obviously support a lot of these things, of course, right? As they should. But as a liberal supporting these things, wouldn't it be kind of counterintuitive to want people from countries where they think women shouldn't drive cars, women need to cover their faces, the age of consent should be 9 years old? I mean, like we've seen a lot of European cities, American places, there's hundreds of thousands of these peoples coming to these places. Wouldn't it be counterintuitive to want these peoples to come to your liberal ran cities where it's like these ideologies go against what you guys believe in?
Oh, okay. So I do these conversations a lot, and we could kind of just jump to the end. So what I think that you're saying is you're just being Islamophobic, right?
That's not true. Didn't say anything about Islamophobia.
I mean, I'm pretty sure what you're saying here is that, like, you don't support them.
I love how you just jumped to a derogatory term to call me instead of
from predominantly Muslim countries migrating into.
I didn't say that.
Is that your stance? So then what
That's
are
not
you
what I
saying?
said. Yeah, I'm saying, like, Dean, for example, right? If you are a person who lives in a city of 100,000 people and you're all liberals, and you believe that, hey, we want to allow in my city for women to be free, for women to vote, for women to drive, for women to be able to have freedom, for abortion, for gay, lesbian, trans people to live safely, which are all things that I agree with and support, of course. But why would you want hundreds of thousands of people from different countries where maybe their cultures do not support these things, or they might actually kill these things? I mean, wouldn't you agree that would be counterintuitive to your beliefs?
But like, who are these quote unquote people? Are they coming into our country through migration, or are they coming into, like, who are these people? I need you to be very, like, much more specific.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's asylum seekers from Somalia where they're known to behead, or sorry, I don't want to know if I'm supposed to say that. Asylum seekers from, like, Somalia where they're known to to gay people.
So here's a great test that is just going to really open your eyes, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they asylum seekers from Somalia? What does that even mean?
Because it's not a great country to live in, right? Obviously, they're probably trying to leave it.
And where do they want to seek asylum from?
From for the specific country you're talking about, Somalia, then yes, Somalia.
Thank you.
Okay, so your point is trying to say that everybody who's trying to leave Somalia doesn't like it, but that doesn't mean that nobody who believes these things is coming to America. If you go to Somalia right now and you interview 15 people, like, Dean, you're a smart guy. If you interview 15 people in Mogadishu and say, what should you guys do to gay people? What do you think they're going to say, Dean? You think they're going to say, oh, yeah, we love them, they're accepted here? Of course they're not, Dean.
I bet that
I'm not trying to be like, I know you're a smart guy, bro.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in America. There's a lot of people on the global stage that are, like, anti-gay, anti-trans, etc. And, like, let's, like, not deny the existence of individuals that hold and propagate these beliefs in America or on the global stage, right? And we could understand that those beliefs do exist, like, everywhere in the world, in a certain, like, percentage of humans alive. Okay, right? Let's keep it 100. We need to recognize that. However, right, I don't believe that the existence of that virtue or a belief in an individual would constitute like the denial of a right of entry into our country. I, however, do believe, of course, a crime on behalf of those beliefs would constitute a denial of entry into our country, because I believe what we should do about the existence of those beliefs is disposition towards evidence, disposition towards education to mitigate how many individuals would hold those beliefs, so the stigmatization of holding those beliefs alongside the propagation of like generational change to propagate more virtuous beliefs. And it's not necessarily like saying they hold these videos, they hold these beliefs and I'm just completely okay with it. It's more so saying they hold these beliefs, I'm not okay with it. However, I don't believe that sufficiently justifies denial of entry into our country.
Okay. Well, that's my point, though. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying it's like, first of all, I want to make it very clear.
Bro, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, saying thank you for all that you do. Can you please share the best unbiased sources to learn about politics, both historic and current, books, podcasts, etc.? Yeah, I'll have to get some together. And thank you so much for the $10 donation, as well as Kalia with a $1 and Roxy with $1 on Venmo as well, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Wait. What time is it?
I'm American, but I live in Europe. I'm an American citizen. Yes, I live in Europe, though.
What state did you vote for?
9 p.m. North Carolina.
What's the
Mail-in ballot. Warsaw, Poland. Raleigh.
Okay. All right. Well, he's on. Allison with a $4 on PayPal. Edith with a $10 on PayPal, and Angela with a $1 as well. So, why do you think that Trump is a better presidential candidate compared to Harris?
Well, that's a good question, man. But you kind of like switched the topics a little bit from my original point.
Well, I mean, no, I just reverted back to the topic of the live after I answered your question, right? I mean, you brought a point up that wasn't necessarily related to the topic of the live, right? And I answered and explained my thoughts on the issue. So now I'd like to go back to the topic of the live that I expect everybody to respond to.
My original point was that liberals don't really have logic, and when it comes to logic, they really only support it unless it agrees with their agenda. And to name a really good example of that, right? Just the fact that liberals can believe all these things, but as long as something doesn't or does go with their agenda, they can decide whether to support it or not support it.
Well, I mean, I actually explained to you with the use of logic, like how that position is consistent, right? And you could uphold that, like the propagation or acceptance of certain bigoted beliefs is wrong. However, it wouldn't constitute like a right to non-entry of our country. And then even what we need to do as a country to mitigate those in which hold harmful beliefs, which, by the way, doesn't just apply to like a particular like percentage of migrants coming into our country, but also American citizens as a whole. But like, yeah, like the main point of the live is to talk to individuals and try to understand why Donald Trump is a better candidate for the presidency compared to Harris. And I mean, if you really care about not really holding to logic as it would pertain to your own beliefs that can contradict one another, maybe I could just ask you a simple question. Do you support law and order?
Okay, this is going to be like the yes and no until we like lead up into like, okay, yes, I support law and order.
Okay, would you ever support and endorse a president that willfully and intentionally let violent offenders that beat up cops roam free on the streets and let them out of prison?
Well, he didn't let them do it. I'm pretty sure, actually, he was already removed.
Didn't you mean to repeat the question?
Would I allow that? I mean, it depends.
No. Would you support a president that willfully and intentionally let violent offenders that beat up cops roam free in the streets by letting them out of prison?
Would I support him? I mean, I guess yeah, sure, I would.
Okay, so then how the fuck am I supposed to believe that you're pro law and order?
Well, the good point would be, I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, right? You can't ask a yes or no question, right? Would you say, let me ask you a question too. You support law and order, right? Let's just say miraculously Donald Trump decides to like massacre a large population of America. Would you support going against law and order? Especially if Donald Trump legally changed the laws, right? I mean, we can do the hypothetical shit too, right? If Donald Trump changed the laws to allow legal to massacre a percentage of Americans, would you support an insurrection?
Thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo.
Right? So I would say yes, I would support it, depending on the situation.
You're right, because I would support the insurrection, because I do not think that the current legal code is indicative of what's morally right and wrong, okay? Right? In like that instance, right, supporting an insurrection would be doing something that's illegal that would be morally right to do. So if you want to make this equivalent to the question that I asked you, would you say that it's morally right to let violent offenders that beat up cops and drove stun guns out of their necks roam free on the streets?
No, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. No.
Okay, so then you could agree that that's morally wrong. So then why would you support it?
Well, I never said I support it, but I don't think Trump is like fully at fault to blame for. Like, he didn't say hey guys, let's everybody just start beating up cops. Like, he didn't say that, right?
I mean,
just
now,
like a lot
now
of
you're obfuscating and giving me a red herring to my position, because my question did not include or entail Donald Trump's involvement or fault of these individuals committing the crimes, but it completely surrounded the fact that he willfully and intentionally let these individuals run free in the streets when he released them from jail. Okay, and now like Donald Trump's involvement or fault for January 6th is something that I do believe in, of course, but that's an entirely separate argument from the one in which I'm proposing now.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, yes, there probably were some people who were released from jail that were questionable. Absolutely. I can definitely agree with you there. Do I think that there's also two sides of the story?
Would you say that Trump is a friend of cops?
Of course. Okay. Absolutely. I think so.
Okay. So a friend of cops let violent criminals out of jail that tried to kill cops, right?
I mean, what are you trying to, what is your point there? You think Trump truly doesn't support cops? He hates cops now?
Well, no, my point is that this is one of those contradictory lack of logic beliefs that you only hold to be the case because it fits your, because it fits your like internal view of the world, right?
Okay, would you say Biden hates soldiers?
And the reason that I'm giving you this is because this is the point that you try to bring up at the beginning of the live, as it would apparently apply to liberals. But I mean, like, we see this hypocrisy so like all too frequently on the right. It's, you know, like you say that Donald Trump is a friend of law enforcement, but then you acknowledge that Donald Trump willfully and intentionally let people out of jail that beat up cops and try to kill them and just to roam free in the streets. In fact, even called them American patriots. You say that Donald Trump upholds law and order, but then Donald Trump tried to launch the biggest internal coup and attack on the American democracy since the Civil War when he tried to rig and steal the outcome of the 2020 election away from Biden. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is a patriot that supports America. But then, like, Donald Trump tried to, or called for the termination of articles found within the Constitution on Truth Social after he lost the 2020 election. You know, like, it's the same repeating story that we see time and time and time again, where Republicans are lack of logic, void of truth, and will just support anything that fits their story.
But I mean, listen, like you just said, Trump organized the largest coup. Let's be real here, man. First of all, Trump didn't organize the coup. He didn't plan and have all these things dedicated. We're going to do this, this, and this, right? So you can't say he organized it. He was not an organizer of it.
I bet you think that I'm talking about the insurrection on the Capitol, right?
Yes, of course, and he didn't organize that.
Well, surprisingly, that's actually not what I'm talking about. That's why I'd ask like clarifying questions first to make sure you understand what I'm saying. So I'm actually talking about this fake electorate plot.
Okay.
This fake electorate plot where he sent 7 fake slates of electorates to 7 key swing states after the 2020 election that Joe Biden had won, right? And he sent them with fake certificates of ascertainment, which is the total vote from the state, to send back into Congress for Mike Pence to certify as being real after directing Bill Barr, the head of the DOJ, to falsely announce that there's widespread voter fraud without any evidence. And by the way, like, you can't contest these things as being facts. In fact, he admitted to them to Congress and Supreme Court and pled for criminal immunity.
Okay, and then like ultimately though, like I have a question though, right? Like obviously maybe that's negative, right? But like you're kind of like pinpointing. But yeah, of course. I mean, I guess maybe
it's like one of the worst. It's seriously like one of the worst things a president has done since like the Civil War.
Okay, I definitely can disagree with that.
Can you name can you name one worse thing that a president apart from Trump has done in modern American history?
Sorry, repeat your question. You cut out a little bit. You asked me if I can. What was the question?
Can you name like one bigger attack on the American democracy, like from a bigger internal attack on the American democracy since the Civil War?
Yeah, definitely.
Do it.
Yeah, black injustice, like not allowing black people to vote. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Sure, I'd actually put that in like a. I put that in the same classification. However, like we can understand.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy, bro.
What? Wait, like, if Donald Trump was successful in his plan, it wouldn't have just been black people that didn't have a voice in the vote. It would have been all people.
So no. Okay, well, you asked me a question. You said, "What are some of the worst things that have happened?"
Like literally, just take what you just said and think, man. You just said that a bigger internal attack on the American democracy was when black people in America, right, didn't have a right to vote. If Donald Trump was successful with his plan, everybody in America, everybody's vote would have been nullified. Every single person's vote would have been nullified. Because he had these fake slates of electorates that would have sent these fake votes from these states to Congress to change it completely and entirely. Every American citizen's vote would not have mattered because of the votes that Trump installed.
Well, Dean, I guess you have a point there, but I don't know anything about it, right? You are telling me things that I don't know if there's evidence for it, right? I mean, you might be right, sure, but I just don't know. I can't confirm it. But I would say, yeah, I mean, I guess if that was true, if it was truly that Trump planned a coup to overthrow the government and win it, and it's all facts, then yeah, maybe that would suck, right? I probably wouldn't support that. You're good. But there's countless of things that people have done since the Civil War that are definitely worse than that, for sure.
One second, I didn't hear what you said.
No. I just said there's definitely things since the Civil War that have been that presidents have done that have been worse than that. I can assure you that.
Insofar as internal attacks on the democracy, yeah, I'd say the only comparable things, which you were right about, and you actually pointed this out, and I want to give you props, is not allowing women or black people to vote. Those are the two comparable circumstances. Yes, you're right. So you actually made a good point, man. You did. You were good there.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on to the next guest, and I appreciate you for coming up. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on, y'all. We got our next guest loading up into the box. What is going on? Seth, did you vote for Trump?
I just wanted to let you know that there is someone on TikTok Live calling you a...
I saw the comments about them. Yeah, they've been stalking me for months. We're going to move on to the next guest, everybody. Just give me a minute. Sorry, I wanted to kick you before you could say their name. We're going to go and move on to our next guest. We got our next guest loading up in. Yeah, dude. Y'all remember the one person that was calling Parker's girlfriend an undocumented migrant and then was bringing up places where I live and was trying to find my house on Google. You guys remember that one person? They're at it, dude. And if you're curious about what they're saying about me on live right now, think QB 2.0. But yeah, we're gonna go to get that next guest, J-Dog, up in the box. Everybody, do just give us a minute. If you know, you know. QB 2.0. If you know, you know. We got our next guest loading up into the box. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, hop in that queue if you voted for Trump. We're just looking for Trump supporters to debate, y'all. We're just looking for Trump supporters to debate. If you're one of the 5.8 thousand people in here, guys, make sure that we are double tapping away in that phone screen. Our next guest is loading up into the live literally right now. Yo, Samantha, oh my gosh. Samantha, thank you so much for the $40 donation on Venmo. Samantha says, keep up the good fight, my friend. You're making a difference. I'm cheering you on. Sorry about the trolls. Oh, Samantha, thank you so much for the love. I love you. Thank you so much. I want to see at least 4,000 big W's and booms for Samantha for the incredibly kind $40 donation. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much, Samantha. Everybody, please show them some love. While we get our next guest up here, what is up, Jasmine? Did you vote for Trump? Jasmine!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Bye. Okay. Spam MAGA in the chat if you want to come up, you guys. Spam MAGA in the chat. You guys know the rules, quite frankly. All right. What is going on? Did you vote for Trump?
I did, Dean.
You did. Okay. Also, yo, if anybody in my Discord knows the ad of the individual who's on live, drop it in the live chat because I want to check it out on my laptop. JV, why'd you vote for the worst presidential candidate of your lifetime?
All right, if it's possible, Dean, I'd like to just jump back a second because you brought up a really good point in a previous conversation about graping. And I think that's a lot of things that polarized both people, for people to be against Trump, right? And I just wanted to add a little bit of contextual reference. When people say that, and I've heard you say it a few times, they conflate graping with a SA, right, with an assault. And the problem that I think I have with what you're saying is that, one, there is a different burden of proof for a civil liability versus a criminal charge. And I think if you put it in its right contextual reference, it's the reason why it didn't offend most people as much as it would have. Because in a civil case, it's 51%.
Can you guys stop spamming the ad in their chat? It's just going to send more people over there. Their live's going to send out more. I'd prefer as little people as possible to see that live. But go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. So I think that people don't understand that in a civil case, right, with an accusation that was leveled against Trump, it's a 51%. It's a fair preponderance of the evidence, which means it probably happened, but we're not really sure. Whereas in a criminal case, it's proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So I think a lot of people weren't as swayed because these allegations happen against very powerful people. And guess who was one of them? Biden was one of those people, actually. So he had a similar charge leveled against him at a certain point in time. So to say that that was an ultimate differentiator for people, to say that he was guilty of a grape when in fact it was held civilly liable for an SA is really kind of a difference that's important.
Oh man, you just hit like the trifecta of like piece of shit. So the first part of the trifecta was it's not grape, it's SA. The second part of the trifecta was it's not a criminal court, it's a civil court. And then the third part of the trifecta is Biden had an accusation too. So we're gonna go through all three of those points and clear them all. So the first point was that it wasn't grape, it was SA. Let me ask you a question. Would you include the forceful penetration of a woman's female member with any part of a man's body as fitting under your definition of grape?
Well, first of all, that was not what the accusation was. It was forceful touching.
Just answer the question. Well, you could say whatever you want after you give me a yes or no.
That does not define rape. It's not.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Okay. So I just
defined as an SA. To be accurate,
so
it's an SA.
I just want to clarify. So if you had a 10-year-old daughter, right, and something very unfortunate happens to her at school, and she tells you that one of the male teachers violated her with his fingers, and she came home and she told you that she got raped, you'd say no, you didn't.
Well, first of all, that's a legal question. No, she wasn't. She was SA'd. She was not raped. SA and a grape are fundamentally different. Which is why there are different charges. There are different sentencing guidelines.
Oh my God! So wait. You think that law defines what grape is and isn't?
Well, then you know what? Tell me, Dean, what defines it?
You do. The people, not the law. So let's clarify the people, not the law. So just want to clarify, if you think the law defines what grape is and isn't, how many enslaved Africans in American history were raped?
Now we're pivoting. We're pivoting because
it's not a pivot. This is a direct application.
Absolutely not.
No. This is a direct application, right, of the position that you just shared with us. Okay, you're like, it's not grape because law defines what grape is, and if the courts don't say it's grape, therefore it's not grape. If the law doesn't say it's grape, therefore it's not grape. So my question is, how many enslaved Africans in American history were raped?
It's clearly defined, Dean. It's very clearly defined under the law. To try to make a false equivalent doesn't do your argument any good. Doesn't do it any good.
So I'm really curious, man. How many enslaved Africans in American history do you think were raped?
Probably many.
Why? Because name one law that has existed throughout American history during the times of American slavery that would account for the unconsensual intercourse of enslaved Africans to be illegal and classified as rape.
Kudos to you for trying to create a false equivalent. But what I would tell you is this: fundamental law, right? Fundamental law. Okay, common law, if you go back from the beginning of law in the United States, right, which originally we were talking about Admiralty Maritime Law, which is the first law that came here, then common law, which was brought up from England. If you look at the fundamental covenants of those laws, they're all the same. Rape, robbery, murder, right? All of those things generally stay just about the same, right? There are subtle nuances that have changed throughout the decades, but ostensibly, they have been the same from the beginning of time, which is why we classify a grape differently than an SA. It's why the sentencing guidelines are different from a grape to an SA.
Yeah,
I'm not saying SA is good.
Listen,
I'm not saying SA is good.
I get it. It's like this is a tactic that a lot of people who don't know how to debate. It's where you just call anything that disputes and refutes your position to be like a false equivalence. And man, listen, I've never used this tactic myself. I've seen it a lot over the course of history and time, just because of how typical of a position it is.
I would do that if I were you too. I would take that position if I was losing also.
Take what position? I'm not losing, man. Now, anyways, okay.
100%.
And the earth is flat and 9/11 was an inside job. Go get your tinfoil hat, sir. But anyways, to go back to what I was saying without an interruption this time, if you think that the law defines what grape is and isn't, this entails a ton of absurdities. Okay, the first absurdity that it entails is right, there was no legislation in America, right, that qualified the unconsensual act of intercourse with an enslaved African during Emancipation era slavery, right, to be illegal or to be legally classified as grape. This means that under your view, exactly 0 enslaved Africans in American history were raped. Okay, the second, right, absurdity that this position entails is that when child marriage was legal, exactly 0 children were raped. The third absurdity that this position entails in modern American history was that until, right, rape within marriage, unconsensual intercourse within marriage, was legally defined as such on the federal level in the 80s as rape, not a single wife was raped by her husband. See, like, this is abundantly
Dean,
absurd.
I would like to agree with what you're saying, but then you and I would both be wrong. And I'm going to tell you why, if you allow me to explain. So what you're trying to say is that and I'll give you an example. So in Texas, before 1980, a husband could not rape their wife. So does that mean that rape did not happen? No, rape happened. It's just that it was not a classified offense in that state.
Got it. So then you don't define rape off of the law.
Can you allow me to finish? Okay. In that state at that time, right? That is fundamentally different than saying in modern time, where both laws exist, both grape and SA, to classify an act as an SA versus a grape is going to be an accurate statement. You're commingling things that are absolutely defined for a reason. They are separated for a reason in modern time. Okay? If one of those didn't exist and we were calling it something different, then I can understand you trying to pivot to this and make this equivalent. That's not the case, Dean. You're a smart guy. You get it. What you're trying to do now, let me help you out. A rebuttal to what I'm saying is, hey, John, you know what? I understand, but where there's smoke, there's fire. If that happened and it went into a civil court and it rose to the 51% and he lost, what that means is he probably did it. And that constitutes an essay, and that makes him a piece of garbage.
Oh,
right?
no, so we're actually not even on
so that would be a good rebuttal. Your rebuttal is off.
So we're actually not even on to the outcome of the court yet. And then also, I just think it's funny. So you just used about 2 paragraphs to say, no. Like, seriously, that was just like your response. You essentially just said no, but you kind of like fucked yourself over at one moment. But you fucked yourself over with the first 3 sentences that you shared with me. So within the first 3 sentences that you shared with me, you said, although, right, it is the case that rape within marriage only became legally defined in the state of Texas in the 1980s, right, if a husband engaged in unconsensual intercourse with their wife prior to the 1980s, they were still victims of rape. So all that you're telling me is that when you determine what is and is not a circumstance of rape, you are not operating off of what the current law says. So my question for you would be, can you give me your definition of the word rape?
It is a forcible compulsion without consent that causes penetration between 2 individuals.
So would you consider the penetration of a woman?
Well, it's defined as penis. It's defined as penis, and it lists penis to vulva, penis to anus, penis to mouth. There's a whole definition.
Okay, so I just want to clarify. You don't think that any rape would occur within women's prisons? What happened to winning, man? Wait, wasn't like your whole thing, oh, Dean, you're losing?
No. Well, first of all, you did lose because you still have not articulated how both of those laws existed at the same time. He was brought into a civil court, not into a criminal court, and now for some reason you're trying to talk about things that are not related, right? They're not related.
Oh man, so
not related. So you're actually right.
Unfortunately, JV.
No, depending on the state,
JV,
you lost. It's all good. Good try. You're gonna drop me.
You can't.
You're gonna drop me. You lost. You lost, man.
Okay, my hands are gonna go in the air because I feel like you're gonna leave. Unfortunately, you can't do that bullshit, especially with where you're at now. Like, you tell me that you define grape, after agreeing and conceding that grape isn't defined by the law, that you define grape as a penetration of a woman's female member with a man's male member, okay? All that I ask you is, so you don't think grape can occur in a woman's prison, and you go silent, and you pivot. Nobody's buying your bullshit, not even the Trump supporters.
Hey, nice.
I just want to point out real quick, and then I'll drop
Nice job trying to mute me when you didn't allow me to
that you're fundamentally wrong on the question of law here. The question from an essay, most states have gone to what's just a pure essay statute, including your state of Texas. You can look it up. It's Texas Penal Code 22.011. That the qualification for the first degree, the highest level, is merely penetration of a sexual organ or anus. It does not say what it has to be with. New York, up until 2023 required it that it had to be a penile penetration of a sexual organ. That was the only qualification. So that's what the jury had to evaluate when they were doing their verdict. Now, Judge Kaplan, in response to a countersuit by Donald Trump, when he countersued E. Jean Carroll, saying that she defamed him by saying that he had graped her, dismissed it, distinguishing between the colloquial use and the letter of the law that it was established at the time that the incident occurred. But right now, in the vast majority of states, including your state of Texas, there is no distinction between grape and SA. The only qualification for the highest level is penetration.
Also, I just want to point out, after Law just, absolutely dunked on JV, from a purely legal perspective, okay, like 10-0 squad wipe, he's done, he's cooked, he's over, right? I have spent the last 20 minutes dunking on JV from a purely interpersonal
First of all he did was exacerbate.
There you go. So not only, right, have we shown your view to be false, given the use of a contradiction between how you define grape and how you apply the usage of grape, given you define grape as a penetration. Oh, Law, you didn't need to leave, man. Given grape being defined as a penetration of a female member with a male member, but then also thinking that women are graped in women's prisons. And now you've got dunked on from a legal perspective by Law. All your bases are covered, man. And I get the whole you lost thing. According to people in the chat.
You did.
Yeah, I get it. According to people in the chat.
Well, it's an echo chamber. It's an echo chamber, Dean.
Okay. According to the people in the chat, like, you're a cop. Like, of course you're going to do this power hungry thing. Like, no cop is going to like getting outsmarted by a 20-year-old on TikTok. But unfortunately, it's just not your day, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for muting me and not allowing me to articulate, because I did not get dunked on. Right?
Well, I have boundaries, man. You're a cop. You should know this. You uphold the rule of law at all extents, the same way I uphold my boundaries on this live. When you cut me off, when you interrupt me, you're unfortunately going to be silenced until I'm done. And I'm so sorry that I'm just upholding the rule of law, man.
Hey, you've done the same thing the whole time. And what I said was it differentiates by state. And actually, that lawyer that jumped in furthered my point. The definitions are very specific by state.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we don't define what grape is and isn't predicated on the law, and we demonstrated.
But when you're charging someone in a particular state, let's just say New York State, for example, and you use the word grape, and that's not what the charge was. It was a civil case, and he was found civilly liable to say the word grape. That's the reason why some of these people right now are being sued for millions and millions of dollars, and they're liable now for saying that he was a grapist.
Okay, so name one company, entity, or person that has been held liable in a civil court and forced to pay Trump money because they called Trump a grapist.
I believe right now it is George Stephanopoulos.
With ABC.
Hold on. George Stephanopoulos right now has been found liable, right? And I'm not sure what he is ordered to pay, but he's been found liable for calling Trump a rapist. Why?
Man,
Why was he found liable?
I really hate to do this to you, dude. Before I do, I gotta thank some very kind donors. Oh my gosh, Emily with the $50. Oh, JV's gonna run. Beta male with a tail in between his legs is gonna run. Emily with a $50 donation on PayPal. Let's get 5,000 big W's and booms for Emily down below in that chat. Thank you so much for the love, Emily, saying W heart, we love you. I love you too, Emily. Thank you so much. Max W's to Emily, bro. That's crazy. Lila with $1, Ella with a $5. Shout out to Ella. Shout out to Madison with a $10 donation saying you helped me find a passion for politics. Let's go, Madison. As well as Allison with a $4 as well. Thank you guys so much for the love. And then over to Venmo, Kristen with a $50 donation on Venmo. Holy shit. Let's get 5,000 big W's and boobs for Christian and Emily in that chat. Jeez, man, thank you. Then Hannah with a $5 on Venmo saying I dog walked the pig. That's right. Mimi with a $2 on Venmo saying this guy has sons. I'm so scared for society. Me too. Christopher with a $10 on Venmo saying this guest is so gross for offending Trump raping a woman. Said the loud part out loud. Thank you for the love, Christopher. Sierra with a $5 and Christina with a $5. Harley with a $10 and Claude with the $5. Massive W's to all of the donors down below in the chat, especially Emily Emily and Christian. Now back to the debate. You told me that George Stephanopoulos from ABC was held civilly liable for $15 million for calling Donald Trump a rapist, and you're already wrong. No, there was no liability claim found by the court. In fact, the proceedings of said court didn't even start because ABC settled outside of court.
Which means what?
Which means I think they wanted to hide internal communications that would have come up during the discovery period. Additionally, if you listen to a single thing law says,
which ostensibly equates to liability.
If you use the courts to determine what is and isn't grape, which is something we've already disputed to you and shown to be fundamentally flawed, well, then you'd be forced to accept that Donald Trump is a grapist because Donald Trump tried to countersue E. Jean Carroll for calling him a grapist on live TV, and the judge threw out the suit and ruled that E. Jean Carroll's claims that Trump had raped her were substantially true. How do you feel about the findings of that civil court?
I think it's a liberal court, and I think that's not a surprising finding, especially in New York. Especially in New York. Just like the liberal judge that mounted the unbelievable restraints against him financially.
JV, you lost.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented. I'd stop while you're ahead. You lost, bro. You're
unprecedented.
JV, you lost. I'd seriously stop talking. You lost. Bad.
Yeah,
you lost really bad, JV.
Wrong. What you did is you pivoted from the original argument, which is you tried to commingle graping and essay, and you failed. You have an echo chamber.
Wait, JV. Wait. No. Dean fucking won, and Dean silenced you on that because Dean described that we do not define grape predicated on legality, but we rather define grape predicated on what is colloquially defined as said term. And then to prove my point, I asked you if there's ever been an instance of grape in a woman's prison between two cis women, and what was your answer to that question? Because all I remember was silence.
No, I said SA, not rape.
Okay, so one woman has never raped another woman.
Not by the definable terms.
Okay, and you define it only by law. So how many enslaved Africans were raped during American slavery?
Here we go back and see, this is where we go round
I
and
want
round.
I want a number. I want a number. No, you're pivoting. Stop pivoting. Stop dodging. Answer the question.
You're creating a false equivalent.
No, it's not a false equivalency. These are literally individuals that were engaged in unconsensual intercourse where you'd have to say that 0 of them were raped because the law didn't define it as such. Merely just calling it a false equivalence because it terminates your position is not sufficient. You need to be intellectually honest. JV, open your brain. Let the 20-year-old teach you something. And answer the question. How many enslaved Africans were raped during American slavery?
Significant amount.
Wait, how could any enslaved Africans been raped during American slavery when there's not a single law that existed in America that defined unconsensual intercourse with an enslaved African to be rape?
Well, then first of all, you didn't hear what I said. I said you could only be judged by modern day law at the time as it exists at that time, right?
Oh, okay. So we judge it based upon what is modern day law. So in 2023, the state of New York actually updated their legislation to include the penetration of a woman's female member with the fingers of a man to be legally classified as grape. So if we are going to dictate what Trump had done to E. Jean Carroll as grape or not as grape, and you believe that we should predicate and define what has already happened based on modern day law, you are forcefully, you're forced to consider Donald Trump as a adjudicated rapist.
If what you're saying is true, why was he not then in fact charged with criminal rape?
Okay, so A, the law updated after the outcome of the court had come from the civil court, and B, the statute of limitations had been pushed back, and C, I don't see the relevance to the argument being made. Once again, the argument is, you said that there is plenty of enslaved African individuals during American slavery that were raped, and you do base your definition of rape off of law. One moment, let me finish. And you do predicate your definition of rape on the law. However, you predicate it based upon current law. Well, what does current law in New York say about the penetration of a woman's female member with a man's finger?
First of all, what I said is by your definition.
I want your response to my question. Don't pivot.
I said by your definition, it's many slaves were raped. But then I also said, conversely, that you can only utilize the standing laws at the time if you're going to utilize the court of law as the metric. You don't like utilizing the court of law as the metric. You can only go by what the law says and what the law says now, right?
Yeah, so then answer my question. What does the law say now in New York about the penetration of a woman's female member with a man's finger?
Well, I have not seen the update on it. You're telling me that now constitutes grape, correct? Is that what you're telling me? I haven't seen that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if that is the law,
can you cite that? Can you do me a favor and cite that?
Of course.
Yeah.
So if that is the law, would you consider, right, the penetration of a woman's female member with a finger to be grape in the state of New York?
Yeah, if you could pull up the penal law statute, I would concede that. Sure.
Okay, in the meantime, guys, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up 2 million likes, y'all. We are so very, very, very close, y'all. So everybody, do just give us a minute. Phenomenal. So this is going to be New York State Senate Bill 2023-S3161. You could find this on the New York State Senate.gov website. And this is actually the bill that updated their definition of grape. This bill, quote unquote, will redefine grape to include oral and anal sexual conduct, which are now referred to as criminal sexual act, as well as other forms of sexual assault to now be recognized by the law as grape, which would include the penetration of a woman's female member by a male's finger as grape.
Yeah, so that right now that's case law. That could be cited as case law. However, that's not standing New York State penal law. So it does not have it doesn't have an implementing regulation currently right now. So that will be a law, but it's not a law yet.
The implementing regulation is a fact that it passed their Senate and was codified.
No, the implementing regulation is the lawful ability to make the arrest.
Yeah, they could lawfully make an arrest for grape predicated by the standard set by New York Senate Bill 2023-S3161.
Yeah, I don't believe that to be the case. If we can get the attorney back on to confirm that.
Do you follow kids?
Do I what? Do I have children? Is that what you asked me?
Do you follow kids?
Do I follow kids? I don't know what that means.
When people in the chat were just saying they followed kids, so I was just going to ask you, do you?
Yeah, no, I don't know what that means. I have children, but I don't know what that means.
Well, once again, people in the chat are saying that on your TikTok account, you follow minors.
Wrong. Unless they're my children or friends of my children, that's going to be a no.
Okay, well, I'll look
good try. Good try.
Well, good try. I was asking you a question.
I mean, good try by them, not you.
Well, no, I'll look through your following list. I mean, I think that's valid.
Sure.
Okay, so, hey, just curious. So there's a country, I forget which country it is. Maybe, Chet, you could help me out here. I think it's maybe Iran, maybe Afghanistan. I forget the specific country. But they're now pushing, or it has already been updated, in their law that you can marry girls as young as 9 years old. Would you say in those states that any girl that has been married from the age of 9 to 17 cannot be graped?
Well, first of all, I don't think you should be able to do that. So I don't think it should be a discussion that could be had because they shouldn't be able to marry someone that's that young.
Okay, so if you disagree with the law, right, in a ethical sense, you could still find it to be grape, right?
Well, that's like a premise on a premise. No. So can
they be graped or can they not be graped?
There's a reason why people here in the United States, you can't marry a 9-year-old. There's a reason why.
I'm asking you in Iraq, where they have or will legalize child marriage with girls as young as 9, can those young girls that are married to older men be graped?
Yes.
According to what standard?
Well, again, according to the standard that you said, which is that the definition transitions through time, right? Because it's I forgot the wording that you used, but you were essentially saying that it's not defined by the law. It's defined by the act. By the act, not the law.
Okay, so I want to clarify with a simple yes or no. You define grape based upon the act, not the law.
So no, that you said that.
No,
right?
I'm asking
What I said.
Well, this is a question that I'm asking. This is
it's definable.
Wait, JV. With all due respect, I'm not asking you about what I think because I know what I think. I'm asking you about what you think. So, do you, JV, think that a minor from the age of 9 to 17 that
it's
is
a form
married
of
to an older
sexual
man can get graped in the country of Iraq?
Yeah, I think it's a form of sexual assault, is what I think it is. And we may be splitting hairs, but it's a form of sexual assault.
So I just want to clarify: if a 55-year-old man marries a 9-year-old girl and penetrates them night after night with their penis, that is not grape.
Yeah, they probably have no problem with it there at all. Obviously.
So I just want to clarify: that's not grape to you, JV. JV, is that grape to you?
Yeah. You're asking a question about something that's not applicable here in the United States.
I know, and I'm asking you: is that grape or is that not grape? No. Shut the fuck up and answer the question. Is that grape?
It can't be answered. It can't be answered because what you're trying to do is you're trying to equate something that.
Oh my God! What? It can't be answered? It can't be answered? Wait. I want everybody in my chat to prove them wrong by answering the question. All 7,000 people, right, left, I don't give a fuck where you fall on the political spectrum. This question is not political. This question is not political in the slightest. Okay? The question is, right, a 9-year-old girl that is married to a 55-year-old man in Iraq, okay? If that man engages in intercourse with that girl, is it grape? Oh, okay, wow, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people answering in the chat. So JV, when you say it can't be answered, I'm really fucking confused, okay? Because there's 7.2 thousand people that think it can be answered.
The way you're setting up the question, it can't. The way you're setting it up, it can't. Because what you're going to do is
7.2 thousand disagree with you. 7.2 thousand people disagree with you. Now 7.3. 7.3 thousand people think that the question can be answered. Once again, the question is, if a 60-year-old man marries
it's an echo chamber.
Wait, who's outside of this echo chamber? Who's outside of this echo chamber that would agree with you that the question, can a 55-year-old man grape a 9-year-old little girl that he's married to in Iraq, grape her?
Jumping up and down like you have, what you're doing is, you're creating a false equivalent again, right? And you continue to do this.
Everything's a false equivalent. Everything's a false equivalent to the ignorant mind.
That would be illegal here.
Wait. Hey, chat, yes or no, is this a false equivalence? I guess we're going to be operating off of the democracy, JV. No! Boom! Yay! Yippee! And the reason this isn't a false equivalence is because if you tell me that the definition of grape is predicated based upon what the law says or doesn't say, that would mean that no married 9-year-old girl, okay, in Iraq can be graped by their quote-unquote husband.
According to their laws, probably. According to their laws, probably. That would be their laws.
So according
Not U.S. law. U.S. law would say that it's a rape.
According to
US law
JV,
would call it a rape.
According to JV, okay, are 9-year-old girls in Iraq that are married to older men victims of grape?
According to their law, no. Our law, yes.
No. According to JV.
Hold on a second. No, because we're doing this specific.
I didn't ask you according to American law or according to Iraq law. I said according to JV.
Only be according to what you think. No. You asked, what do you think that it is? According to their law, it's
no. I'm not according to anybody's law. According to JV.
Our law, it's no good.
Okay, hey JV, are you a fucking donut because you can't understand the simplest question ever asked in human existence? Okay, all right. Is that you, JV? Are you a donut? Are you a donut, JV? Because you can answer the most simple question ever asked ever.
It's not. I was just getting the sock puppets and
so once
crayons
again,
for you.
so once no. I already have the polka dot paper with the crayons to draw this question out. Once again, the question is, according to JV, can a married 9-year-old girl in Iraq be raped by her husband?
I'm not answering that because you're trying to create a false equivalent with something that does.
All right, JV, you can leave, little bro. I'm done with you. You got dunked on. Yeah, you got Dean fucking withered. Good day, sir.
You got crushed.
You got crushed by what, a 35 IQ or donut? Yeah, you got crushed, JV. Have a good one, man. You got crushed. You're done. Like, just to let you know, man, even all the Trump supporters are against you, man. All the Trump supporters. See all the people down there spamming LJV. That includes people that agree with you because of how badly you got crushed, man. Listen, I get it. Like, a lot of older people come up onto this live and just get absolutely Dean fucking withered. And he ran away. See, there's a learning experience for everybody, JV. I just really hope that one day you'll be able to have humility in the fact that I'm better than you in every single conceivable fashion known to mankind, or whatever could be known to mankind. And you know what? We all go through that, you know. And as soon as you could be humble and accept that fact, I want you to come up onto my live and address me as sir. Okay, address me as sir. Say, sir, right? I apologize for my ignorance. Okay, and then I want you to follow it up with a ukulele. Okay, and at least 5 tiers minimum. Okay, play me a little song you could learn on YouTube for free. Okay, and then maybe, just maybe, right, I'll consider having further conversation with you. Okay, but the sir is non-negotiable. The ukulele is non-negotiable. 5 tiers minimum is, maybe I'll go for 3. Okay, but that's non-negotiable, definitely. Yo, Kristen! Thank you so much for the $25 donation on Venmo. I really appreciate you for that love, Kristen. Christian says, I'm crashing the fuck out over here. You're so patient, it's insane. Yeah, my cortisol levels are off the chart. Thank you so much, Kristen. Let's get at least 250 big booms and W's for Kristen down below in that chat for the $25. Thank you so much, and then, of course, Veronica with the $5 on Venmo. Thank you, Veronica. Yo, Brett with the $10 on Venmo, saying, do all cops defend, grape, and follow children, or just JV? Shit, man. Good question. Thanks for the $10. Then Aaron with the $5 on Venmo as well. What's going on, new guest? Did you vote for Trump?
Fire steak sandwich. Even steak tacos for 14.
All right, Shirley's not. Oh, Shirley, hi.
No.
I love you, Shirley.
Sorry.
No worries, Shirley. No worries. We got that next guest loading up into the box. We got that next guest loading up into that box, y'all. We got King Squire loading up in. Yo, Christy, thank you for the $10 donation on PayPal, saying you give me hope for the future. Oh, I really appreciate that, Christy. At least 100 big W's for Christy. Kayla with the $5. Jasmine with the $10, all on PayPal. Thank you guys so much. Next guest is loading up. Spam MAGA in that chat if you do want to join the live, y'all. And also, do keep in mind, if you do want to support me, if you want to support the stream, Venmo and PayPal are found in the link tree in the bio and on the top of the phone screen. And I get 100% of the proceeds over there. Big returns, what's up? You vote for Trump? Okay, he's just playing video games. Guys, spam MAGA down below in that chat if you voted for Trump and you want to come up. Okay, that's what you need to do if you want to skip the line. Okay, we're just going to hopefully have everybody's just skip that line and just spam MAGA in that chat so we can get right back into the debates. Only spam MAGA in that chat if you do want to come up and debate. Nicole, thank you so much for the $5 on PayPal, saying JV, more like just very dumb. Based W's for Nicole. Thanks for the $5. Continue to spam MAGA. Here we go, guys. Just looking for the next guest, y'all. Awesome. We see Miles down below in that chat spamming MAGA. Let's go to get Miles up on the live. Same thing with Nico. Miles, what's your age?
18.
Okay, 14 max. Goodbye. Nico, what's up? How old are you?
18. I hate Trump. I hope he gets shot.
Okay, good for you for hating Trump. Dev Cinder, you vote for Trump?
I'm 16.
Okay. All right, guys. It's like not even the chat is safe now. I guess we got to go back to the guest request because people can't follow rules. By the way, there's 6.4 thousand people watching this live right now, and right now 0 Trump supporters that want to come up here and debate. Everybody's scared of me. Every single one of you Trump supporters is scared. If you're not scared, just spam MAGA in the chat. But I know that you won't because you are scared. What's up, Wacky? Did you vote for Trump? Banned. Okay, W Ragebait, we got people to spam MAGA in that chat just as I wanted. Thank you for playing into my plan. This is perfect. This is awesome. Here we go, you guys. Loading them up into the live as we speak. What is going on? How old are you?
22.
22, you vote for Trump.
I did.
Why'd you vote for the worst presidential candidate of your life?
The main reason was China.
Okay, so that's a country.
Yeah.
You want me to need a little bit more than that?
Yeah, so like foreign policy was like my main reason.
Oh, okay, so all of Trump's foreign policy is really bad.
Okay.
But I mean, like, just as like a hypothetical, okay, just purely hypothetical. If Donald Trump like literally said that he was going to ethnically cleanse a foreign country, would you still support him?
No.
No. Okay, so I lied. It was not hypothetical. It's actually something that is true. Donald Trump wants to ethnically cleanse 1.8 million Palestinians from the Gaza Strip.
I think you're twisting his words.
No, I'm not.
What's the quote?
How about we just listen to the quote ourselves, yeah?
Yeah.
Of course. In the meantime, guys, make sure that we are double tapping away in that phone screen while I'm pulling up Aaron Parnas's TikTok account and scrolling down to find the video. He posts a shit ton, though, so this could actually take a while. I probably should have thought about that ahead of time. If anybody in my Discord just has the link to it, drop it in the live chat. But, guys, make sure that we are double tapping, y'all. You already know. Oh, There it is.
We have major breaking news right now. Donald Trump just said that the United
and we will do it.
Boots on the ground. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply.
Well, there you go. So, I mean, you heard it from the man himself. He wants to own the Gaza Strip, completely level and destroy everything there, and then forcefully relocate Palestinians on the Gaza Strip to either Egypt or Jordan.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think he meant get rid of the rubble that's already there.
So then why would he announce a relocation plan for Palestinians from Palestine to Egypt or Jordan?
I didn't hear anything about that in the quote.
Okay, so all you got to do, go on Google, type Trump relocation Palestinians Egypt or Jordan. Okay. You will see the first thing that pops up is, well, this.
This idea that Jordan and Egypt take Palestinians from Gaza.
Yeah, I would like to see Jordan. I'd like to see Egypt take some look. The Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked. And I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice and make it habitable and enjoyable and make it a home.
They don't want to leave. How can you say they don't want to leave?
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site. It's a pure demolition site. If we can find the right piece of land or numerous pieces of land and build them some really nice places with plenty of money.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think that's... So I understand what you're saying, and I think he's tweaking a little bit, but I think what he's really trying to say there is just get rid of the rubble and build it up new again. I mean, I don't think he really knows what he's talking about.
Okay, so I just want to clarify. You hear that he wants to completely flatten and level Gaza. You hear that he has announced relocation.
Yeah, I think you're
for all of the
twisting...
Palestinians.
I think you're twisting that to say that he wants to, like, kill them.
No, he wants to ethnically cleanse them, which includes a forceful relocation.
Okay, yeah, I mean, he's probably tweaking a little bit with that, and I don't really support that.
Wait. So you agree that he does want to ethnically cleanse Palestinians on the Gaza Strip, correct?
I don't agree with that, no.
Okay. Well, I want you to go on pause, go on Google, look up ethnic cleansing definition, read the definition of ethnic cleansing, come back and apologize.
I understand what ethnically cleansing means.
Okay, define it.
It's getting rid of someone's culture, the people, their history, whatnot.
Kai, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. So that actually can be included in ethnic cleansing, but the definition strictly of ethnic cleansing is a max exploitation of killing of members of an unwanted ethnic or religious group in society. So when Donald Trump says that he's going to flatten Gaza and relocate all of the Palestinians living there to either Egypt or Jordan, we could also assume that this would be forceful due to the fact that if I knocked on your door and I said, I now own the land you stand on, and I'm going to wreck it with a wrecking ball in exactly 24 hours, you'd be forced to relocate yourself. This completely it's under the definition of ethnic cleansing. In fact, it necessarily fits under the definition of ethnic cleansing. Which quality of ethnic cleansing does Trump's announced plan have lacked to fulfill?
So, I mean, you've painted this whole thing for me. What I came in saying was, like, China was my main reason.
Okay, so now you just want to stop talking about it because you don't have a response?
I don't agree with him. I don't have to agree with everything that he said.
Yeah, but remember how I asked you if you would support Donald Trump if he hypothetically called for ethnic cleansing in another country, and then now all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, but I think you're twisting. I think you're twisting.
But I'm just still going to decide to support him.
I think you're twisting it. I don't think that's what he means.
Okay, so then give me an argument for that.
I don't have to. That's not what I came in here to talk about.
Okay, wow. So in other words, you're like, I don't have a counter argument against what you're saying.
No, you picked something that you felt strongly about and you wanted me to support it. That's not what I came in here talking about. I came here talking about China.
Okay, so in other words, you're basically saying that you don't have a response to what I'm saying, so you're just going to choose not to respond.
I don't know everything about Donald Trump. That's not what I'm talking about.
Jesus Christ, man. So this is exactly what I posted about in the video on my main account.
Talk about China with me then.
This is exactly what I posted about.
Talk about China with me.
This is exactly what I posted.
If I'm so dumb, talk about China with me.
Fucking hell, dude. This is exactly what I posted about in the video on my main account, okay? Right? These Trump supporters have these hypothetical red lines that they will hold against Donald Trump, right? But as soon as he learned that these are not just hypothetical things that he hasn't done but could do, but are real things that he has done with certainty, right? They just become ignorant They become a void lack of reason and logic, and they just act as if they don't even exist, man. And this happens every single day, all of the time, and we've even said it in present within this guest. For instance, Fluff says he would stop supporting Donald Trump if Donald Trump called for ethnic cleansing in another country. He is then informed that Donald Trump is called for ethnic cleansing in the Gaza Strip for 1.8 million Palestinians. He is then like, I need evidence for what you're saying. So then I play Donald Trump's own word of mouth. He's like, well, then I do not believe that this fits the definition of ethnic cleansing. We then define ethnic cleansing from Merriam-Webster using Google. I detail exactly how the criteria of Donald Trump's own words would necessarily fit under this definition. And he says, well, I don't believe that it's ethnic cleansing and you're contorting it. I then ask a clarifying question to get an argument for the point by saying, well, Fluff, what quality of ethnic cleansing does Donald Trump's announcement not fulfill? Fluff cannot answer the question. So then he just says, you're twisting it. I'm not going to give an argument. I'm going to willfully choose to remain ignorant and remain void of logic and choose to ignore it. And I feel like that's what happens with every single one of these hypothetical red lines.
Okay, if I admit that I lost, will you talk about China with me?
If you admit that you lost, you're admitting that you're no longer a supporter of Trump.
But I am. Will you talk about China?
So then you just admit that you have a contradiction in your view.
Okay, will you talk about China with me?
God, what do you want to talk about China?
Do you think that Kamala's administration would have been better for the situation in the South China Sea right now, or Trump?
What's the situation in the South China Sea? Are you talking about, like, is that with Taiwan or?
Yeah, Taiwan.
Okay. I'm not educated enough.
You don't know about like China's increased military incursions in the South China Sea? You're a pretty smart guy.
I'm aware of their increases, but I'm not aware of the difference in foreign policy as it would relate from Kamala Harris to Donald Trump.
I just think that Trump's a lot more stronger foreign policy wise. Like he scares China into not wanting to do more like aggressive action.
Okay, why is that?
Because he's a lot more loose. Like you can't really tell what he's gonna do. He's a lot more unpredictable.
He's a lot more unpredictable?
Yeah.
So we need an unpredictable president?
Sometimes.
Okay, who's more unpredictable, Donald Trump or Jeffrey Dahmer?
So like, let's like, I mean like, the reason I'm saying it is because.
Wait, actually, are you a Christian?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, let's just.
I actually used to be a Bernie Sanders supporter.
Well, let's just assume that like Jesus Christ like came down from the clouds and was like, "Oh, I'm God. I'm gonna save you all." Okay, we're both not Christian, but I'd guess at the moment that we'd both become Christian, right?
What?
Follow me here, man.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay. Let's just assume in this hypothetical world, Jesus Christ comes down from the sky, says, "I'm God, I'm here to save you all." We're both not Christian, but I'm guessing if we both saw that we become Christian, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'd be skeptical what I'm seeing. I've never seen someone come from the sky, so I wouldn't.
Wait. Like, if this guy is like, "I'm Jesus Christ, Son of God as depicted by the Christian Bible," right? And I'm here to save you all. Kid starts like floating and shit. He's like walking on water. He's like spawning fish in, making.
I would assume that it's like. I would assume it's fake.
Okay, why?
Because I don't believe that someone can float.
Well, like the point of the hypothetical is just like, okay, well, if we both became Christian with evidence that we couldn't deny, like I thought that would be undeniable evidence.
Okay, so I'm seeing. Okay, if you give me undeniable evidence, then yes, I'd become Christian.
Yeah, and then like Jesus Christ ran for the president of America versus Donald Trump. Who's more unpredictable, Jesus Christ or Donald Trump? Because unfortunately, we have like 500 pages of lore on what JC does and what he wants to do and shit. So it's seemingly like Donald Trump's more unpredictable, right?
We have a whole Bible of what Jesus would say he would do.
Yeah, so Donald Trump's more unpredictable, right?
Yeah, probably.
So who'd you vote for?
I mean, this is such a dumb hypothetical.
Would you vote for Trump because he's more unpredictable?
I think you're like, I think you're like purposely misunderstanding what I'm trying to say.
No, you're just saying that unpredictability is a good thing.
It can be, yeah.
I understand that this guy wants to ethnically cleanse.
Can I explain why?
This guy has like infringed upon the rights of American women, and I understand that the opposing candidate probably has better policy on paper, but because he's more unpredictable, I'm going to vote for him. So, who you voting for, Jesus Christ or Trump?
Wait, can I explain why unpredictable is good?
No, because I want you to answer my question.
Why?
Okay, sorry, man. I'm just gonna go and kick you, Fluff.
All right, man.
So you didn't respond to any of my positions about ethnic cleansing in the Middle East, and then when you're like, well, let's talk about China. I want to talk about what I came up here to speak on, and then I engage in that conversation.
When you're like, well, let's talk about China. I want to talk about what I came up here to speak on.
And I ask you a question as it would pertain to that, and then you're just like, oh, I'm not gonna answer that question. Like, unfortunately, we just gotta move on, bro. Like, if y'all aren't gonna engage with a single belief, proposition, attitude, idea that I set forth, man, we better just end that convo. Yo, Sierra with the $5 on Venmo saying that conversation left me drained and I wasn't even the one debating. I don't know how you do it. I mean, I do get very drained. Kai with the $5 saying, hi, OMG, I got paid today and I love you so much and thank you for everything that you do. Hey, Kai, I really appreciate that. Lacey with the $1 saying, damn, I didn't know that, Lacey. Thank you for the information. Holy crap. Finn with the $3, Tyler with $1, Nicole with the $5. Thank you guys so much. What's going on, Steve? Did you vote for Trump? Steve!
Yeah, I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button.
No worries, Steve. Moving on to the next, guys. Here we go, chat. For everybody spamming Ultra MAGA in the chat, for everybody spamming Super MAGA in the chat, just know I think you're funny, okay? All right, just know I think you're funny. And if I didn't think that you were a troll, I'd invite you up. What's up? You vote for Trump?
I did, but I deeply regret it.
Oh, base Jacob, you already did the work that I try to inspire others to do on your own, so good for you, man. Hello, you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Richie, you vote for Trump?
I did.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
I think that he's just going to benefit me as a person better than anybody else.
True. Why do you say that? Why do I say that?
His economic policies, the tariffs have already been going great. Everybody's folded so far. Hasn't affected prices.
Oh, okay. So, the threat of tariffs on Canada and Mexico got them to fold and we got what they want, right?
Yeah, we got what we wanted.
Yeah, so what did he get from Canada and what did he get from Mexico? Let's talk about it, bro.
Canada is improving their border security with us, and also putting $300 million into a fentanyl czar.
Man, bro, I gotta kick your ass now, Richie. You caught a stray, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm really fucking sorry, Richie. You cannot say the names of DRUGS on the live. That gets this shit fucked up. I'm so sorry. You caught a stray, man. My apologies. We're gonna move on to the next guest. I feel real bad for that last guest, okay? That is just such a arbitrary rule that TikTok imposes for no godforsaken reason. And people just be catching strays sometimes. I'm sorry, bro. We're going to move on to the next guest. We got them loading up right now, y'all. We got Maxim loading up into the live. Here we go. Yeah, by the way, you can't say the names of any DRUGS on the live. Just weird TikTok TOS. It really fucks over the live. What's up, Maxim? You vote for Trump? Maxim! Speak. Banned. All right, still trying to find the next guest, y'all. Okay, we got someone spamming MAGA in the chat. We'll load them up. Look at that. They gotta skip the line. Yo, what's going on, Sierra? You gotta skip the line just because you commented MAGA in the chat.
I joined as a mistake. I'm sorry.
Why'd you spam MAGA in the chat? Then don't be doing that shit, bro. Come on, bro. Don't be doing that shit. Let's get real. What's up? You vote for Trump?
I sure did.
You sure did. Why'd you do that?
My country accent ain't that bad. I'm sorry.
No, dude, I don't. Sorry, I need to stop doing that. I promise. I do. Okay, I'm sorry. That was subconscious. I promise.
It's all good.
I have a lot of family with really deep Southern accents. Got some family over in Dover, Tennessee, right? Some family from fucking Chattanooga to my bad.
Chattanooga.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did vote for Trump, and I'm 22.
Why'd you do that?
I mean, I just felt like he, not merely Trump himself, but more the Republican Party kind of aligned more with, what I want the direction of the country to go in more than, the Democratic Party.
Okay, all right. Give me a couple examples here. Policy, what's going to send this country in a better direction than what Democrats could ever do?
Mainly just social stuff.
Not like what? Okay.
Sorry, my dog is climbing all over me. Quit it, dude.
Also, by the way, I feel like this is typically where people would bring up just being transphobic. We can't talk about trans individuals on the live. We'll get the live taken down.
Okay. I guess we could just talk about, affirmative action and, trying to invest in, specifically black-owned businesses and stuff like that. I don't really think that's right.
Okay, what?
Well, it's just, it's blatantly racist now.
No. It's anti-racist. Okay, here's a really easy way to describe this. So, imagine you, me, and like 5 random people from the chat. We're all playing a game of Monopoly, okay? Now, the banker, for the first half of the game, like, for whatever reason, really just doesn't like people with blue eyes, okay? And only like 2 of the 10 people playing that game had blue eyes. So, at the beginning of the game, the banker gives everybody $100, but then he sees the 2 people with blue eyes, and he only gives them like 20, okay? All right? Now, halfway through the game, the banker gets fired for hating people with blue eyes and giving them less money. And some other banker comes in, and they're like, well, because the original banker gave you $80 less than everybody else, I'm going to give you guys specifically $80 more right now to make it even. Would you say that second banker made a fair decision?
No, I guess not.
You say that the banker made an unfair decision?
I guess they would. They'd be, discriminating against something that they can't control.
So you'd support the banker giving them $80, right? The second banker.
No. Can you explain it one more time? I'm sorry, I was a long wing to follow, and I was trying to put my dog up because he was climbing up all over me.
No worries. So you, me, and like 8 other people from the chat are playing a game of Monopoly.
Okay.
First banker of the game really doesn't like people with blue eyes. Okay, so me and somebody else only get $20 to start the game. Meanwhile, everybody that didn't have blue eyes got $100. Okay, halfway through the game, that banker gets fired because he was unfair to people with blue eyes. The new banker comes in. He sees the last banker was unfair to the people with blue eyes. So it's like, I'm going to account and rectify for the last banker's unfairness by giving everybody with blue eyes $80 that they lost out on in the beginning of the game. Will that second banker be making a fair decision?
Yes, because, they'd be discriminating against something that was out of their control, or the first banker was, right? Am I following that?
Yeah, and
this
is like the perfect way to think about like policy that would like specifically help like black-owned businesses, because for like hundreds of years in America, our government and the people in our country were very unfair to black people, okay? And I don't even think I need to give you a history lesson on how, right? Think slavery, think redlining, think, which still exists, think not giving black individuals the right to vote, not giving black individuals the right to own property, to open a bank account, to start a business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Just think, right, the social environment that black individuals lived in, even until like 1964, where they couldn't go in certain businesses, they could only pertain to certain places, gerrymandering, the list is endless. It goes on and on and on and on. There has existed.
I don't want to cut you off here, but
of Jim Crow laws.
You do realize everything that you're saying right now has been illegal for decades now. I mean, black people have been on a even playing field of every other person in the United States for decades.
Well, here's where that comes in. Okay, so first of all, not all of it. You're wrong. Okay, and then the second part is like, imagine that first banker got fired. The banker that sent all of these legal inequities, and then that second banker comes in. Down the road, he's noticing that the players with blue eyes simply have less money to make less decisions. There's a lack of generational wealth, right? And there's still real-world implications and outcomes of slavery and its aftermath today. We would still say it is fair for that second banker to give the individuals with blue eyes at $80 to account for that original disparity. The same way, because, right, outcomes of systemic racism, slavery and its aftermath, still exist in today, 2025,
right? But that second banker example you were talking about has came back
giving like maybe like specifically black businesses additional tax cuts to account for generational, like a lack of generational wealth, systemic racism, and slavery and its aftermath.
Yeah, but I understand the second banker example, and whatever your monopoly example that works. I understand where you're coming from, but That is true, and that's what happened. But that happened all the way back in 1965. Like, this has been done. So I mean, what do we need to keep doing for them?
Because well, once again, I contest that. No, there's still forms of like legal inequities. B, and the social repercussions of systemic racism are still thriving strong.
What are the legal inequities that we face today?
Regardless of that, like my overwhelming point here that I've been trying to communicate to you since I started is that we still have the effect of systemic racism and slavery and its aftermath existing in Black Americans today. The easiest way to think about this is the lack of generational wealth, okay? Because with wealth comes opportunity. With more opportunity comes higher paying jobs, more privileged positions and like positions of power or roles in large companies, etc. And the conclusion that we see caused by that today is wealth disadvantages when we would compare the average white American to the average Black American, okay? Disadvantages insofar as representation in positions of power. Disadvantages insofar as representation in large companies. Disadvantages insofar as societal power as a whole, okay?
Okay, I hear you.
Now,
So there's
in the same way,
that
second banker wanted to account for the disadvantages suffered by the people with blue eyes, so he gave them $80 to account for them. Well, okay, when we have policy proposed to specifically help Black-owned businesses, that's doing a lot less than the banker giving the people with blue eyes $80, because that made the playing field even, okay? Offering more tax cuts to Black-owned businesses will not make the playing field even. However, it will do something, okay? And that is why I support it.
Okay, well, you brought up two different things there in that spiel you went on. You kind of brought up like the lack of generational wealth in the Black community, and then you kind of moved into a sort of like a DEI sort of argument you're putting there. So which one do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about DEI or you want to talk about the lack of generational wealth?
I didn't even bring up DEI.
That's kind of what you were. That's what you said.
Well,
you said there's a lack in positions and power.
DEI applied to like the entirety of the conversation. But more so, I was just bringing up the lack of generational wealth, and this is the outcome of slavery and its aftermath, systemic racism. And if we want to be fair and equitable, I see nothing wrong with policy targeted towards members of the Black community to help account for these disparities.
So is there no generational wealth present in the Black community in America?
There is generational wealth present within Black Americans. However, there's significantly less generational wealth present within Black Americans compared to white Americans.
Well, that's because they're less of the population.
What?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Wait, per capita. Sorry, per capita.
Okay, but still, there's still less of the population.
Yeah, but when we're speaking proportionately, like per capita, like the accounting that accounts for like each person individually, like.
Okay, well, I mean,
do I need to explain the concept of per capita to you? Because
I can't affirm or deny that. I mean, I don't have the statistics in front of me. But
wait. So you don't know that like the average white American has a higher net worth, makes more money, and has more generational wealth than the average Black American? Are you like, just be honest? Are you agnostic on that claim?
No, I probably agree with that.
Yeah, and that adds up to a lack of generational.
But I don't think that's because of racism or systemic racism or anything.
Wait, okay. Well, here's the big issue. Okay, because we see all of these disparities existing amongst Black individuals in America today compared to white individuals. Income, education, jobs, positions of power, etc. So there's two possible explanations. The first possible explanation is that for some reason, Black individuals have less opportunity on average compared to white individuals. Lack of wealth, generational wealth, slavery and its aftermath. Duh. The second reason is like fucking race realism and phrenology. Like, Black individuals are just simply not as good as white individuals at doing these things. So what is it going to be? Are you going to accept systemic racism in the sense of Black individuals having less opportunity on average? Or are you going to go full 1850 race realism?
I mean, there's also, but why? And since the Civil Rights Act has made such tremendous strides in America, America's got significantly less racist over these decades. Why is it that why is it that Black people are such in a poor standard to white people? I mean, since we've gotten less racist, legally, would you not agree that's true?
Would I agree that it's true that in the last 100 years, America has got less racist in the sense of their legal of their legal standing? Yes, that is true. I agree with that. Right?
Okay.
I obviously agree with that. So can you answer my question now?
Can you repeat your question?
So why do these disparities exist? There's two possible explanations. The first possible explanation is a lack of opportunity, and then the second possible explanation is race realism.
Can you explain what race realism is?
Like literally saying that white people are like more competent and better.
Oh, okay. So just racism, just flat out racism. Okay.
Race realism.
Okay.
You could obviously discount that explanation, right?
Yeah. So I guess it would be a lack.
So what does that leave us with? A lack of opportunity.
Yeah, but that's not due to. So what's the cause?
Yes, obviously, yes. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on lack of opportunity?
Yeah, but that's not caused by racism.
Great, you're great. So now we get to start having a conversation about what causes that lack of opportunity. Now that we've isolated it down to that fact. So to explore what causes that lack of opportunity, the hypothesis that I posit is systemic racism. And what do I mean when I say systemic racism? I mean slavery and its aftermath, right, causing a lack of generational wealth. I mean the average American being significantly more likely to vote for a white individual compared to a black individual because the white individual is white and the black individual is black. I mean the fact that the average white student in public school systems in America gets like 2 or 3 times the amount of funding compared to the average black student in school in America, right? I mean, like the fact that an individual is more likely to hire a white individual compared to a black individual. I mean the fact that we've been pushing these stigmas for the last 350 years, and of course we are still going to see a large amount of Americans in society today that hold these stigmas to be true surrounding black individuals. Like maybe the fact that a lot of people posited that black individuals were more violent and aggressive than white individuals to just write off the moral atrocities caused by slavery. I mean, like all these stigmas that cause people to dehumanize black individuals, to perpetuate racism towards black individuals on top of the disparities in wealth. Like this is what I think causes there to be more opportunity for white individuals in America compared to black individuals today.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. So 2 things there. One, I don't understand how, we came to that agreement that it's a lack of opportunity causing black Americans not have generational wealth, not racism. But then you just said that the lack of opportunity is caused by systemic racism. I don't really understand that.
Wait, the lack of opportunity of generational wealth is caused by racism. Slavery and its aftermath was racism.
Don't interrupt me. I'll let you talk. I'm going to say the second thing and then you can respond. Is it good? All right. So the second thing, I feel like putting a blanket of systemic racism to, attributes all the disparities that black America faces just a little bit disingenuous. There's a lot of factors that go into, our society and the disparities that black America may face that aren't necessarily systemic racism, like how different areas are funded through their, taxes or whatever, or I forgot the other example that you said because it was just a lot that you said there. But yeah, I think it's a little disingenuous to say that it's only systemic racism or just systemic racism is the main cause. I just don't really think that's the.
So what's the main cause?
I mean, it's not systemic racism. It could be a lot of other things. I mean, I don't know what the cause. Maybe it could be a cultural issue with black America, maybe.
Oh, wow. A cultural issue with black America. So you just think the culture of black individuals...
How many black Americans grow up without a father?
Wait. You just think that the culture of black individuals in America is really bad, and you're just going to go on to describe that, a lot of black individuals in America grow up without a father and the whole racist rant, okay? So...
How is that racist? Saying now that...
Because it's false, right? And what it does is it attacks a culture that you know fucking nothing about, okay? I could tell via your statements on this live that no, you've never, right, been in the culture of black individuals in America. You've never been a part synonymously and coinciding with the expressions and the attitudes and what is upheld by black individuals in America. You know nothing about black culture in America, and stay in your lane. Me too. I'm also white. But watch this, okay? Even though we could completely discount everything you just said because you know fucking nothing about black culture in America, let's just assume what you said.
Why do I know nothing?
But let's just assume what you said was true, and we could still demonstrate how this is fucking caused by racism, okay? Like, this is, like, the racists' worst hypothesis, which is obviously false. Even if it was true, it was still caused by racism. Like, for instance, the first thing that you brought up, like, lack of, like, black fathers in the family unit. Maybe that's caused by a significantly over arrest rate of black men. Like, for instance, 45% of the exonerations in our criminal system, in our criminal justice system, account for black individuals. Did you know that? Wow, even though black individuals only account for 13% of the American population? Wow, that's crazy. Or like, oh, you go on this rant, oh, like black culture promotes like a lack of education. Okay, false. Assume it's true. Well, now let's look at the fact that the average white student in America gets significantly more funding than the average black student in America. And what you will say the liberals have tried to do to fix this through affirmative action, well, affirmative action benefits white women the most. So all of a sudden another part of your racist hypothesis that it's about black culture is now caused by racism. Think about it, man. And just like the overwhelming motive, right, that I want to promote here is just assume that it's true, okay? What do you think that 250 years of stripping people away from their human rights will do for them? What do you think 250 years of telling 13% of our population that they can't go to 70 to 85% of public businesses is going to do for them? Stripping them away from access to education, literally promoting white women to have easier access through what should be an affirmative action to help minority communities that have been subjugated to hundreds of years in oppression do for them, okay? What it could do is really erode, right? Like the underlying assumption that you are that you are using to discount culture of black Americans, okay? So it's false, but even if it's true, it just relates right back to systemic racism.
I mean, you just brought up a lot of stuff in there that I hadn't even said, or in my argument, kind of just projected on me. What you thought I was going to say. I mean, do you want to have a conversation, or do you want to project on me what you think I'm going to say, or do you actually want to hear what I have to say about anything?
Okay. All right. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and get you out of here. I just went through like fucking everything. So defensive, you can't even like hear the message. All right, we're gonna go move on to the next guest. What's going on, Mel? You vote for Trump?
Dean, I was. Oh, sorry.
No, I appreciate you for coming up, and I hope you have a good rest.
Yeah, but I that last guest did not get it, and I'm a black woman. He just doesn't understand. It's generational. It's systemic. Some people just don't believe that black people have been segregated, and we're still segregated, even though segregation's over.
Mel, if I knew you were in that queue, I would have let you up there while he was on the live. I appreciate you for joining.
I appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
You too. Bye-bye.
See, so like with like a lot of like the individuals that like come up here and will like just like randomly out of the blue be like, I'm racist and don't like black people. Here's my racism. Like I don't have like anybody on lock to be like, okay, well, I want to get this individual who's actually like a member of the black community in America and could like very obviously describe what I'm trying to like infinitely better than I ever could. What's up, Harry's Pack Money? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, what's up, big dog? Voted for Trump. No, I'm a passenger.
Okay, all right. Harry's Pack Money. You think that Harry's paid?
Well, yeah, he's obviously like getting money from like political institutions.
Oh man, do you think I'm paid?
Like, why do you think? Like, anytime Harry makes.
Wait, Lindsay, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for the love, Lindsay. Lindsay says, "Our black culture, the culture that white individuals steal. I'm a biracial black woman. I'm also an attorney, and I will come up anytime to school these folks." Bro, Lindsay, dude, drop your TikTok in response to that message. I'll happily have you up here if anybody tries to say anything similar. As well as Michelle, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. W's for Michelle and Lindsay. So I gotta go study for the LSAT, but thanks for not being an idiot. Systemic racism exists, undeniably. Haley, thank you for the $5 donation, and Claude with 1. So, okay, do you think that I'm paid?
Probably not. No.
Okay, so Harry's paid and I'm not paid. So why do you think that who's Harry paid by?
Hang on, I was getting something there. Harry, I saw he was getting money from like the Midas Touch guys. I mean, a lot of the stuff you don't have to report. Like, I mean, if you're in politics, I mean, not long, but long enough to understand that everyone on both sides of the balls. Tim Pool is getting money from Russian PACs. I mean,
yeah. So what you're talking about is like the actual PACs that have given Harry money over the course of the last 4 years. So there's been $40,000 or less reported since 2021. I've done the math. With his daily streams and the video that he makes, it would equate to about $2 per hour or less. So is that the money that you're boasting about?
well, that's the money that we can see, right? It doesn't include any trips, any sort of extended stuff. Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah, that's money that you see. So then you just
it's called dark money, right? I don't have to report this. You know, people like Bob Menendez are getting bags of gold.
But I'm pretty sure you got paid to come up here and say this.
Yeah, I'm funded by Qatar. I'm Qatari funded.
Okay.
I'm just trolling.
Get out of here. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. We got the next guest loading up in. If you want to support me, if you want to support the stream, the Venmo and the PayPal are in the bio. You guys get 100% of the proceeds on this platform. So they go straight to me. They keep the stream going. I really appreciate you guys for all of your kindness. In fact, you guys literally built the Dean Wither studio. I just wanted to really show you guys so much love and appreciation for the donations that you guys have been sending me since I started doing this and how far it's got me. Like if you go to my YouTube, if you watch the videos, that studio was fully funded by your guys' donations. So just let's get some hearts in the chat for everybody.
Hello.
Tyler,
hello,
donation on PayPal. What's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I actually did not participate in the election, but I will say out of the two candidates, the one I would have to, like, if I had to pick, if my life was on it, I would have to say.
Well, you vote for Trump?
I did vote for Trump, yes.
You did? How old are you?
I am 25.
25. Okay, what do you call Lay's?
Crisps.
What time is it? Oh man, I'm too funny, bro. Ah shit, we got the next guest loaded up in here. You got caught, motherfucker. You got caught, man. What's up, Ernest? You vote for Trump?
Yo, what's up, Dean? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing phenomenal. You vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for Trump.
What time is it? Wait, sorry. How old are you? Oh shit. Wait. It's possible. I didn't even mean to ask you what time is it, and then you went on pause for like 45 seconds.
Oh no, it's 15:25 here.
Wait. I seriously just meant to ask you how old you are. Instead, I accidentally asked you what time is it. But now you have me curious. Okay, so you said it's 15:28. That means it's 3.
Yep. No, 15:25. 15:25, man.
Yeah, it means it's 3. So what state are you in?
I'm in Austin right now.
Austin? Wow.
Yeah,
I mean that's the time in Austin.
Yep, you're damn right.
All right. So why'd you vote for Trump?
So he is for world peace. He's trying to settle. Why are you laughing? You're honestly so obnoxious.
Well, dude, how can you not expect me to laugh at the funniest shit I've heard all day?
What is Biden doing that, or Harris or whatever, that was helping end the war in Ukraine or Israel or anything like that? Like Trump, he made sure, like, what was it, Hamas or something, that they secured a ceasefire, and he's now opening discussions with Ukraine and Russia. How is that not good for humanity? Like, I personally think left people are like filth against humanity.
Okay, so you think that ethnically cleansing 1.8 million Palestinians...
It's not ethnically cleansing because, there's nothing there. It's destroyed. It's horrible. So you need to move the people to rebuild it.
Okay, so I just want to ask you a question real quick. So, do you have your own place?
Yeah, I got my own place.
Okay, so let's just assume you had some ops, okay? You had some fucking enemies. And these ops, over the course of generations, tried to, kill you, okay? And every time they tried to kill you, they also really damaged your house. Maybe like somebody tries to like drive a car through the house, takes out a wall, goes straight through the living room. Somebody else maybe drops a few holes through the windows, through the walls. Maybe one hits.
Okay, so they break my house.
Broken.
Okay, what?
You know,
get to the
AC
point.
goes out, house is broken, but you're still living there because you don't have any other options. Okay,
That's just not the same.
Now, one moment.
That's literally not the same.
One moment, and then I walk up to your house. I see you in there, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like you either. So then I'm like, I fucking own the ground you stand on. Okay, all this shit is mine
That's so-
now.
such a shitty
and exactly
comparison.
one moment. And in exactly 24 hours, I'm gonna bring a wrecking ball in here, and I'm gonna level it all to the ground.
It's already
And in
leveled.
fact, now
It's
one
all
moment,
destroyed.
Now, in fact,
What's there
one
to
moment,
level
one-
even more?
In fact,
They're
one
trying
moment,
to
Ernest.
rebuild it. How
In
is that
fact-
not a good thing?
In fact, one moment, Ernest. And then I'm like, now there's this place across the country that you could go to stay for the time being. Okay, would I have forcefully evicted you from said property?
Yeah, you turn off my mic for some reason. You know, censorship, what the left always does, you know.
Whiny baby, you remind me of a toddler. Like, this is seriously like, now let me be honest. I have an 8-year-old nephew that really likes to play Fortnite.
You're not even being like an adult in this.
You know what? Like, I have an 8-year-old nephew that likes to play Fortnite, and sometimes he'll play like Fortnite super late on school nights, and his bedtime is 8:30. But you know, like some of those games go pretty long, so it'll be like 8:35 and he's still on. Mom and dad come in, they're like, "Bro, you gotta get off." He's still on there like 5 minutes later. So then you know they just pull the plug on the PS, okay? And then like 8-year-old nephew throws a tantrum, gets really mad because they pulled the.
Why are you muting?
That's like essentially like what you're doing right now. You know what I mean? Like I was in the middle of asking you a question through the use of deploying a hypothetical, and then like midway through you interrupt me. So then I'm just like, okay, stop. And like start speaking again, then you interrupt me again. So then I just mute you. And then after I get done saying what I wanted to say, you like throw a fucking tantrum, say like this is the left censoring. That's nothing more than my 8-year-old nephew throwing a tantrum when the parents pulled the plug on the PS because he was playing Fortnite too late.
Okay, you can finish your story if you stop muting and being like censoring me for some reason. Like that's really.
I'll censor you if you interrupt.
What? Okay, okay. Let's have a real adult debate without like calling names and shit. Okay.
You literally called me a leftist censorship guy. Like what?
You were calling me a baby that plays Fortnite. I'm making a fact. I'm making a fact of something I truly believe. You're laughing and shit, being all unserious, you know.
Because that was really funny.
Okay, let's go back to the the debate, right?
Dude, you're so mean. You called me a baby that plays Fortnite. Oh no!
Oh my god!
No,
typical left just can't have a serious debate.
Typical left calls people babies that play. No.
You want to get back to the debate, or what is this?
Yeah, sure. Answer the question I asked you.
You were saying that. Okay, you were saying that already demolished and flattened out like city gets even more demolished or something. What were you saying again?
There's 1.8 million. Just fuck the hypothetical. You're not even gonna follow it. There's 1.8 million. You know, wait. I've seen like 2 people in the chat that said he's slurred now. Chat, is he slurred?
Yeah, they were saying I have an accent, but I moved. So
did you say the F slur?
The F slur?
Have you used any slur?
What are you trying to get me off or something? I didn't do stuff, you know.
Okay, no. Yeah, he said fact. Okay, cool. Anyways, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, you're basically saying that it's okay to ethnically cleanse the Palestinians from the Gaza Strip as it's necessary to rebuild it, as the Gaza Strip is in very bad condition. So all that you're trying to do is you're trying to justify a rights violation of all the Palestinians living on the Gaza Strip by saying that it will be better for them at the end of the day, right?
No, I'm not supporting ethnic cleansing. I mean, where are they gonna live? It's all destroyed. They need to
they live on the Gaza Strip, and we do understand that the Gaza
Strip horrible living
is
conditions. They shouldn't live.
Yes. Wait. We could agree. We could agree that the living conditions on the Gaza Strip are horrible.
Yeah, it's all destroyed. It's horrible.
That's being committed by the IDF, right? However, this does not justify, right, the U.S. coming into picture, taking their land away from them, and forcefully removing them from such. It's their home, okay? Now, I just want to put it out there. The same line of thought that you're giving me right now is been applied to a lot of moral atrocities throughout human history. Like, for instance, if we were alive during the Civil War, you would have been a Confederate. And the reason I say that is because the most popular argument for American slavery from the American South prior to the Civil War was that we understand that, slavery may not be optimal for black people, but at the end of the day, if we didn't enslave black individuals, they wouldn't have warm food, they wouldn't have clothes, they wouldn't have shelter, they wouldn't have water, etc., 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 etc. Basically instantiating the argument that if we don't do this bad thing that doesn't sound good on paper to enslaved Africans during slavery, that they'd have worse conditions. And that's basically what you're saying about Palestinians on the Gaza Strip right now. You're like, yeah, I understand that on paper, this does fulfill every single criteria of ethnic cleansing, but, if we don't do it, their conditions are going to be significantly worse.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite follow you after you said forcefully, expelling the Palestinians, because I was wanting to say that he isn't going to forcefully expel them, because he even stated that he won't be using any U.S. military or whatever in there,
Listen, man, if I walked up to your door and I said, I'm going to fucking break this all down and level and flatten it in 24 hours, you're going to be forced to evict.
It's already flattened. There isn't anything there.
No, they would. They want to level everything, meaning, even like the temporary domiciles where the Palestinians are living, alongside, the rubble in which Palestinians are living right now. They want to flatten it all. They will have nowhere to live. They will be forced to.
There aren't any. They're living literally in rubble right now. It's horrible.
It is horrible. It absolutely is, right? But
why would it be
the removal of Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, forcefully so, to places like Egypt and Jordan, right? That's still ethnic cleansing, right? There's also still some houses and buildings standing along the Gaza Strip. Right?
Yeah, okay, they can live in there,
They will all be annexed by Israel after the U.S. quote unquote rebuilds it.
Okay, they probably have houses there, but I saw videos. It's horrible. It's all destroyed. It should be rebuilt. It's good they have a ceasefire now. Finally, they stopped the killing and etc. But wouldn't it be logical?
I've already given you an argument to refute this that you didn't respond to. Remember the whole correlation to the American slavery thing?
I was already saying I didn't quite follow you there.
Yeah. I'll give it to you again. The most popularized argument for slavery from the American South prior to the Civil War was that, if we didn't enslave black individuals, their conditions would be significantly worse. Okay? Very similar to what you're saying right now. If we didn't ethnically cleanse, forcefully remove the Palestinians from the Gaza Strip, their conditions would be significantly worse because of the depraved standing of the Gaza Strip.
Wait, you're saying so if we didn't enslave them, their conditions would be worse?
That was the most popularized argument in the American South for slavery, yeah.
I don't quite understand. I'm just mainly saying that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, man. If,
they should.
If you don't understand that argument, you could either ask me for clarification, or I'm just going to move on, because I either want to respond to that argument or just want to talk to somebody else, because it is a case that is a very important and necessary argument to.
Okay, if you can clarify it more, could you clarify it more, please?
Okay, the American South, thought. More so, I won't even say thought, because they probably just ran this argument because they wanted to enslave us, not because they cared. The American South, the most popularized argument for slavery was that if we didn't enslave black people, their living conditions would be worse.
Okay, so if they weren't even slaves, they would be living in worse conditions, right? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Obviously, we could agree that's a bad argument for slavery, for a rights violation. Now, what you were saying...
Yeah, I don't agree with slavery. Slavery is not it.
Yeah. Now, what you're saying... So, well, you understand that, taking the Palestinians' land away, violates their right to self-determination. They just don't want it. They should be able to...
they're not forcefully exiting them.
So, okay, we've already went over that.
Because they won't use military force. That's what he said.
We've already went over that one too. I could knock on your door tomorrow, tell you I own the land under your feet, tell you that I'm going to wreck anything that you could be living in, flatten and level the land. Would you be forced?
It's already demolished. Everything is rubble. They probably won't flatten like the houses.
You've already said that one too, and I've already responded to that one too. Unfortunately, Ernest, at this point, I'm just going to kick you. I'm having too much deja vu. Sorry, man. When I have to repeat everything 5 times.
Oh.
Hey, what's up? You vote for Trump?
Oh no, I was gonna cook him what he was saying.
Base Zara, dude. Hell yeah! Shout out Zara, man. Sorry, we just kicked him because he was repeating everything 10 times. Hey, what's up? You vote for Trump?
Hello, I just want to say the guy before me, not before me, but like before there, I hope you get in the same cell as P. Diddy. I really hope he dies. Like,
listen, man, I'm not going to call for anybody's death, right? I'm not going to do that. But it's like, I'm agnostic. I'm not agnostic. I sway away from it. I sway away from it. But it's like, I could understand like what would like lead someone to the conclusion like I really don't like this person because they're just so willingly in support of like the ethnic cleansing of 1.8 million people. But I don't think that we should be calling for individuals' deaths. But like I understand the sentiment that drives that statement. I just think that you're kind of expressing it wrong, if that makes any sense. What's up, you vote for Trump?
I did not know. There is something though that I do like want to put out there.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the next guest, y'all. Everybody, just do give us a minute. Someone in the chat said they sent inside thought. Crazy. All right, guys. Spam MAGA down below in that chat if you voted for Trump, y'all. Everybody, do just kind of give us a minute here to get our next guest up on the live. All right, guys. We're just looking for our next debate here today, y'all. Wow, we have been live for 3 hours. Holy crap. What's okay? All right, here we go, guys. Everybody, do just give us a minute. We're still trying to get our next guest up in here. If you're one of the 6.7 thousand people in the live, make sure to say what's up in that chat. Spam MAGA. Yo, Tyler, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. Yo, huge shout out to Tyler. Thank you so much for the love. All right, moving on to the next guest. Stephanie with $5. I really appreciate you so much for the love. All right, we got our next guest loading in literally right now. And Katie with the $5 on Venmo as well. Thank you, Katie and Stephanie. All right, well, we're getting the next guest up. Where are they at? Where are they hiding? I don't really see anybody in the guest request that like kind of pops out as a Trump supporter. You know what I mean? I really want some like crazy MAGA. That's what I want. If you're crazy MAGA, I want you to hop in that queue and spam MAGA in that chat. I'll let you up here. Come on. I want you. All right, next guest is loading in right now. Kansu, you're loading in. All right, we're just accepting everybody that is spamming MAGA in that chat. Here we go, you guys. Everybody else, just give us a minute. In the meantime, if you guys would please double tap away on that phone screen, it would mean the world to me. Also, if you're in that queue, make sure that you voted for Trump. If you're in that queue and you didn't vote for Trump, please leave the queue. We are just looking for debates. Ava, what's up? You vote for Trump? Ava's not here. Marquez, you vote for Trump? Marquez is not here. Enolu, you vote for Trump? Sorry, I butchered the fuck out.
Yes, I did vote for Trump.
Okay, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
19. Okay, do you mind going into a different room or turning off the TV in the background?
I voted for Trump because he is just like better as a candidate. He's a better candidate than Kamala Harris. A woman cannot run a race because she's a woman. Woman cannot lead. They don't have like the
Okay. So, do you mind turning down the TV?
Wait, is it 30% of? I'm gonna call you later. I have a program to be. Sorry.
Fuck, I really wanted to be able to respond to that argument. Okay, I want somebody else to come up here and run that same argument. I'm going to show you guys how to respond to it every single time. I want to use that argument as an educational moment to everybody watching. It is the easiest argument to respond to of all time. Jetta, what's up? You vote for Trump?
No.
Well, based that you drive a Jetta GLA.
Yeah.
Fucking cool, dude. Swag. All right, moving on to the next guest. We got alphabetical disorder. Hey, yo, put a me in the chat if you'd be willing to come up here and debate and you think that men are better at leading than women, okay? There's definitely going to be a handful of people in the chat that think that. Because I actually do want to show you guys how to address that argument. It's really easy. It is so stupidly easy. Okay, LB and Peach, both of you guys think that men are better at leading than women, right?
Well, sorta, kinda.
Sorta, kinda. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Okay, Peach, you just go back down to that queue. I don't want you here. I only want LB. So you think that men are better at leading than women, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you voted for Trump because he's a man, and you didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she's a woman, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why are men better at leading than women?
Huh?
Why are men better at leading than women?
Because they're more intelligent.
Okay, so the educational moment here is that if someone says that men are better at leading than women, they'll either just have no argument, or the arguments that they'll give you are blatantly false. So it's like when somebody wants to make the argument that men are better at leading than women because they're more intelligent, it's like the easiest thing to refute because A, women have a higher IQ on average than men, B, women have a higher EQ on average than men, and C, women outperform men in school at all levels and get more degrees.
But like, what's the source?
Okay, so you want a source for all those things?
Yeah, like I feel like you're just talking to your ass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. For the first source of the idea that women are more intelligent than men, this is actually coming from institutions on the right, which is funny. So the most popularized source for IQ distribution comes from some source on the right. I forget what it's called. It's the bell curve of IQs. And on the bell curve of IQs, there's more dumbass men and more genius men, right, which is easy to refute. However, the average IQ is higher for that of women. So this bell curve is once again coming from sources with misogynistic right-leaning bias. I'm pretty sure it's like specifically EEFFOC, according to Nathan in the chat. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So see, now you no longer have an argument, right?
You're so ugly. It's so hard to look at you.
Ugly according to you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you are dead wrong about
don't see the
more
Lord
than
doing
just your
vain, bro.
views on who's better at leading.
Don't see the Lord's name in vain, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, the Lord's name in vain. So you're a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you think that a true Christian would think that men are better at leading than women?
What do you mean?
So do you think that like God made men better at leading than women?
I think like naturally, yeah, men should be leading, like just like naturally, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I asked you that question because I knew that'd lead into this argument. So for the 7,000 people watching, here's your second educational position. So when somebody tries to argue that men are better at leading than women, and this relates to their religion, they just say that naturally men are better at leading than women, that's the way that God designed it. Here's how you dismantle that argument. You ask them, what are the differences in the design of men and women that make men better at leading than women? Can you tell me what the biological differences are between men and women that make men better at leading?
Like, wait, what do you mean?
What I mean, you heard what I said. If you launch that poll, bruh. Who launched that poll, dude? Dude, you motherfuckers, bro. Which one of my mods did that? You're funny as hell. Anyways, to go back to what I said. So yeah, like if men are just naturally better at leading than women, that means that there's some biological distinctions within the biological design, anatomy, or neuroanatomy of men compared to that of women that makes them better at leading. So what precisely are the differences between men and women that make men better at leading?
I mean, like, I don't know what that bio stuff is saying, but like, just like decision making is like one, like.
Decision making?
Like, yeah.
Okay, so you think that men make more rational decisions?
I guess so. Like women are like
more emotionally driven, men are more logically driven?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so chat, check this. This is the easiest way to embarrass somebody that says that, another educational moment. Then why the fuck do men commit 92% of all violent crimes? What are those driven by, emotion or logic? And then you could even like add on a few other characteristics there. Men also commit 73% of self-unalivings, which is typically an emotionally driven action. They also are substantially more likely to abuse hard drugs as an unhealthy coping mechanism to deal with unprocessed emotions compared to women. That's also going to be driven by irrational decision making. And then it could kind of bleed into other things, like such as men have a higher propensity towards gambling than women. Gambling is typically deemed as irrational, right?
It's all gambling.
Drunk driving and reckless driving. So in lieu of all these facts, I think if anything this would tell us that men are more likely to engage in irrational decision making compared to women. And this is like where you could kind of put the cherry on top, because what Albie has told us is the gender that makes more rational decisions is going to be better at leading. And because all of these empirics would point at women typically making more rational decisions than men, well, now according to LB's own logic, he thinks women are better at leading than men.
Wait, what? I mean, like, let's say like you're down with like you're gonna let a woman make a decision and then act on that decision, like depending on what it is.
Well,
like,
I mean, according to you, it's only women.
Decision, but then,
according to you, it's only women that should be making those decisions. Because just to clarify, you think that men are better at leading than women because men make more rational decisions than women, right?
I mean, bro, just look at like in general.
So I just want a yes or no, right?
Look at like sports.
I just want to. LB, I just want a yes or no.
Yes or no? What?
That men are better at leading than women because men make more rational decisions than women.
No, I'm just saying, like,
no, it's not your argument. So now he's dropped the argument because he lost in it. So give me a new argument.
I'm not dropping the argument. I'm saying, like, history. Look at history, sports, history, leaders, all this stuff. Like, who, like, just typically like men leading a team, sport, like everything. They're just always like. So why is that then?
Okay, so I don't understand how like sports are going to make you better at leading. So here's another educational moment. If you're debating somebody that thinks men are better at leading than women, and they just say some like really like strange shit, like such as like sports or like being physically strong.
Just an example of like.
Just allow me to finish speaking. Allow me to finish speaking. I need you to be a good boy and pipe down. So if they like say some strange shit.
You're calling a good boy, dickhead.
Okay, so now you're actually demonstrating why men lead with their emotions more than logic. You're not shouting at the top of your lungs because I called you a good boy.
I'm just saying, who you calling a good boy, dickhead?
I'm calling you a good boy. Now settle down or you'll be a bad boy.
This is like, are you gay?
I mean, shit, I'm not, but if I would there be an issue?
100%.
Oh, so you also think being gay is wrong. Well, don't worry. We could get around to that argument next. First, I want to finish out with the misogynistic argument. Then we'll go into the homophobic argument. So when you have somebody that tells you men are better at leading than women, and they bring up some really like strange shit that doesn't really make that much sense to you, like sports, like weight training, etc., all they have to do is ask this one question. Can you name one structure of leadership that exists anywhere in the world today where the hierarchy of said leadership pertains towards performance in sports?
Okay, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't even hear what you just said. My shit was bugging. My microphone cut out.
Okay, well, you didn't hear the argument.
Last thing I heard was name like a leader.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he didn't even hear the question. So the second part of what he said was that we look at through history, there's typically more men that have led than women that have led. So this is where we can use analogies to dispute the argument, to show that it's internally contradictory with other beliefs that he has, assuming that he's not also racist. So LB.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, bro. You're lost in the sauce. Don't worry.
Why are you assuming I'm racist? That's crazy.
I literally said assuming that you're not racist. And that's actually what
why are you even bringing race? Like, why does it even matter? Like, why?
Because we could do comparative analysis of your position to see if it could apply in any other context.
You're yapping. You're doing.
I'm running circles on you because you're stupid to educate people on how to refute your argument. I'm doing something good for society, and you're just going through the motions, bro. So, anyways, so I just want to clarify, and we'll wrap this into an analogy. Do you think that white people are better at leading than black people?
No, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, me too. I agree. But now this is where the contradiction is derivative of, because you just deployed the argument that men are better at leading than women because there's been a disproportionate amount of men that have led throughout history, although there's also been a disproportionate amount of white individuals that have led throughout history and an underrepresentation of black individuals that have led throughout history, right? If we were to accept your logic, you'd have to say that that white people are better at leading than black people. You reject that like a good boy. Seriously, good job. So all I do is ask you is, if white people aren't better at leading than black people, then why are men better at leading than women? Because the same thing is true. A disproportionate amount of men and women leading, and an underrepresentation of women and black people leading.
That doesn't even make any sense. You're just yapping.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because you have like the IQ of a third grader. But like, that's not here nor there. The point is this is how you refute the argument for the 7.1 thousand people watching.
Nah, that's just, you're just yapping.
The galaxy. Well, don't worry. When I was in like my freshman or sophomore year of high school and in my math class, I didn't do my homework sometimes, and I didn't understand what the teacher was saying.
I don't understand. Like, how do you manage to bring race into that? Like, I'll give it to you. Like, you're good at yapping, but how do you bring race into an argument about like what?
Well, I mean, maybe like even you could take something away from this lesson. So yeah, we brought race into the argument because we could apply your logic. Because
you brought up gay people or said something about that, and I said I didn't agree with it or whatever, and then you said like.
So we're not saying that race is equivalent to gender, but we're saying that your logic could equivalently apply in the context of race as it could apply in the context of gender. You're saying demographic 1 is better at leading than demographic 2 because demographic 1 has an overrepresentation in leadership positions.
It's like the same thing on men.
2 has an underrepresentation in leadership positions. Okay?
Is it not just the same thing that men are just like naturally stronger than women? Like some things men are just like naturally better at, and then vice versa. Like then women are like
Jesus Christ. So yeah, so typically men are more physically stronger than women.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing. And they're just naturally better leaders. Like it's just the same thing.
But the thing is that we have evidence that men are typically.
Did I say women can't lead? Did I say women can't?
We don't have
lead?
evidence that men are typically better at leading.
Like, did I say women can't lead? No, I didn't. Like women can still lead.
So do you understand what we just said? That we have evidence that men are typically physically stronger on average than women, but we don't have that same evidence to point towards the fact that they're better at leading. Like you could kind of like use the argument that you just gave me to literally say like anything. Like you could be like, oh, well, because there's sexual dimorphism and men are typically stronger on average than women, you could just suggest any other typicality to also be the case with that evidence. Could I just say that like men are like typically significantly more stupid than women? Could I say that men are typically more stupid than women? Just make a baseless generalization with no evidence. But I guess it's a bad example because we actually do have evidence for that. Never mind. Let me find a better example because that one actually does have evidence. Could I say that men are typically more aggressive? Fuck, there's evidence for that too. Could I say that men are typically more likely to act on emotion? Shit, there's evidence for that too. God damn it, I'm really struggling here.
Like, men are definitely more aggressive than women.
Fuck, I guess I just have to drop the whole argument because I can't find a good deployment of that analogy. But hey, about the whole historical leadership thing, name 5 bad decisions made by leaders throughout history.
I couldn't tell you, bro. I don't really know my actual history.
You don't know any bad decision made throughout the entirety of the 180,000 year history of Homo sapiens sapiens on this planet?
You said what?
Name 3 infamously bad decisions in human history.
Let's see. Like your dad now pulling out is one really, really big one. Really, really big one. That's probably number 1.
Okay, name 2 others.
Number 2.
But be real this time.
Number 2, mommy dropped you on your head, right on your head top. That gotta hurt.
Okay, so nothing like real, right?
Like, what do you mean? Like, always I can name something. Like, I don't really know though, bro. Like, it's not that deep.
How many continents are there?
Like 10.
What are the 4 Gospels of the New Testament? What are the 4 Gospels of the New Testament?
I actually don't know.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Can you name a single Bible verse?
Off the top of my head, probably not.
What is the first book of the Bible?
No idea.
Genesis. Okay, what is 4 squared? 4 squared.
What's that?
You don't even, okay, so not only do you not know what 4 squared is, but you don't even know what it means for a number to be squared. Okay. How many sides are there on a triangle?
4. Bro, obviously I'm fucking with you. Like, are you being for real?
How many sides are there on a triangle?
2.
I can't!
Is there not 2?
I can't! You are the stupidest person that has ever been on this live. You seriously took the cake.
Wait,
oh
how
my,
many is there?
oh my gosh.
Wait, how many is there? My fault.
Dude. Oh my God, LB.
Wait, am I allowed to like trace it out with my hand?
Oh my God.
Can I trace it out with my hand? Hold on, wait.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
My bad.
No.
Wait. There's 3, my fault.
Oh my God, man. What the fuck, dude? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys, for putting you through that pain. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next guest. I feel so apologetic for just like even putting you through that, man. Hey, Dean, dude, thanks for the galaxy, dude. Dean, brains in the chat. Well, we're getting our next guest up here. Jen, thank you so much for the $7 donation on Venmo, saying thanks for defending us and putting little boys like LD in his place. Man, that was a crazy conversation. And Andrew, thank you for the $4 on Venmo for $1 for each side of a triangle. Let's fucking go, dude. What's up, Cowboy? You vote for Trump?
Of course I did. I didn't have any choice.
Well, you did. You could have voted for Kamala Harris.
No. I didn't have any choice. I mean, who am I going to vote for? Harris?
Yes.
Why on earth? She doesn't know anything. Why would I vote for her?
Oh no, Grandpa! Don't say that.
I mean, she was so bad they had to edit her interview on 60 Minutes. Give me a break.
Oh,
she ran from the enemy. I want someone who will take it to the enemy. Someone that's not a coward.
Wait. Donald Trump cowered down from implementing tariffs on Canada.
Did Harris had the opportunity to go on Joe Rogan? He's a softball interview, 3 hours. She's a chicken shit.
Oh wait, no, actually,
her handlers were terrible.
After the election, there's evidence leaks, private messages between individuals on the Harris campaign and with Joe Rogan that they wouldn't even let her come on. Also, about cowering down from the enemy, you know that Donald Trump cowered down from even... Wait. You mentioned 60 Minutes. Wait. You mentioned 60 Minutes. You understand that Donald Trump cowered down from even going on 60 Minutes? And he's the first presidential candidate in like the last 95 years that has ever not gone on 60 Minutes.
I saw Trump all over the place. I didn't see Harris anywhere.
Okay, so I want to clarify. The only reason you voted for Trump is because he was like doing more interviews?
No, I voted because Harris doesn't know anything.
Oh, okay. So
she's a DEI hire. She was only okay. Biden completely destroyed the Democratic Party.
Oh my God.
Can you just admit that Biden blew up the election?
Oh my God. Yeah, I actually could agree with you that Biden has some culpability for not serving the Democrats.
Yeah, so next time...
I'm going to go back to what I was saying real quick. So first of all, we need to refute this DEI shit. So first of all, I think Kamala Harris was a pretty good candidate. Now, let's just assume that she actually... Hey, Gramps, you gonna let me speak?
No, because here's the thing.
Okay,
here's the thing.
I understand. I could click a button.
Hold on, and I'll drop real quick.
No, you're gonna drop because you're gonna be a beta and run away from me, the true alpha. Grandpa, if you drop, everybody in that chat is gonna laugh at you for being a coward and running away from Dean Withers. So now I'm gonna mute you because you said that you were just gonna drop, and I'm gonna spread some facts. So first of all, I'm pissed by all this DEI shit. I think Kamala Harris was a very well qualified candidate. Let's just assume she wasn't. There's so many people in Congress that are not qualified. What about that Republican congresswoman that spent the last 7 months in a dementia care facility, okay? She was obviously underqualified. You will never say she's DEI because, well, guess what? She's not black. What about Mitch McConnell, the person that has stood in front of news reporters, not saying a word for 10 minutes, okay? He's underqualified. You're never going to call him DEI because guess what? He's not black. But the moment you just think that a black politician is underqualified, all of a sudden they're DEI because they're black. This is just another modern deployment of DEI. Also, doesn't this contradict with the whole story that people like Candace Owens and Donald Trump have been screaming and shouting through all the election that she's not even black? That's funny. Now, to move on to the second part, okay, she's DEI. She has no fucking qualifications. What does this tell us about Trump? Because she mugs him in every single conceivable fashion. I'm talking character. I'm talking domestic policy. I'm talking foreign policy. I'm talking any single way that you could name. Kamala Harris mugs Donald Trump. So what does that tell us about Trump?
So you would agree that Trump is like a horrible candidate, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so how the hell did Harris not beat him?
Yeah, because the average American was under the false assumption that the Biden-Harris administration was culpable
No
inflation onset in our country for the last 4 years.
You're making excuses.
No, I'm repeating truth. So 33%.
You're making excuses, son.
You literally asked me how Donald Trump beat her, and I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm telling you, Trump.
Wait. Yes, the horrible candidate beat the better candidate, right? Because average American associated inflation in our country in the last 4 years with being caused by Biden and Harris, and that was actually indicated by 33% of respondent to exit polls following the election, and this has more evidence.
But
right?
what happened was Harris had all the money, she had all the press, she was gaining incredible amounts of points in the polls. But the more people saw
Andrew, thank you for the $4 on Venmo.
The more people saw her, the less they liked her.
Okay, bro, I'm literally telling you what voters indicated on exit polls, okay? And this wasn't just true in America. There was inflation onset in every country on the global stage by COVID, right? Typically, incumbents win elections. In 2024, it was rare that an incumbent won, and the newcomers pretty much wiped because constituents across the globe of all countries associated the inflation caused by the pandemic by the incumbent presidency.